All right. Welcome one, welcome all.
Hello.
So, first of all, Goose, welcome in. Thanks for the hydrate. Thanks for the stretch. We've both got water. First things first, guys. Go for it. First things first, I'm Atticus. I've been around for all of the previous MOTHPITs. My co-commentator today is Lytheon, a fellow moth.
Hello. Been around for most of the MOTHPIT bracket,
All right. Today's, well, it's always exciting, but it's actually extra exciting because I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of the moth members walk around with the moth tag when like, what's moth? What is moth? For the longest time, it wasn't anything. But this is the very first MOTHPIT bracket that we're actually doing as a quote-unquote official organization. So, Moth has gone from a couple people put Moth in their name, and now we're an official org in whatever capacity that means. We've got a new logo, this logo up here, thanks to Qbert, another member of Moth. We've just closed applications for our first wave of Moth members. We're very excited about that. And yeah, basically this is MOTHPIT number 3. Despite what this scene would tell you. Hold on, this is an easy fix. This is actually MOTHPIT number 3, not number 2. Increment the counter.
Technically 4, depending on who you ask. But yeah, hopefully I sound all right for the stream, so.
If you guys would, tell me, Light go on a little spiel, and hopefully people can tell you where you're at volume-wise.
But you know what, we got a good amount of people coming to the MOTHPIT today. We got about 27 currently. I'm going to refresh the page real quick. Let's see here. How many do we actually have coming to the bracket? 28 people coming to the MOTHPIT tonight, so that'll be exciting. We got a lot of people. We got a good turnout anyway.
I'm excited for it. There's always like GUR to run on Wednesdays as well. So we've had in the past when like, you know, we get lucky and GUR isn't running. I think the biggest MOTHPIT we ever had was 56 people, but this is still more than enough people to make an exciting bracket. And also we got some heavy hitters. Like,
yeah, we got some heavy hitters within the bracket this time as well. We got quite a few people. We got some people from other orgs as well. We got a lot of Moth members also playing within the bracket.
Yes, Lucky. Room code is as usual.
Just the usual stuff, you know.
But yeah, maybe a little louder. Okay, let me try to get Light slightly louder. I can edit that in Discord itself. No, I can't, because you're already 200% volume. I can edit that in OBS.
My bad.
No, it is totally fine. Can you give a spiel again?
Well, we're looking at the cast of people. We've got at least a Ram. We've got Geo. We got Jacko in here. We've got some people playing Axel of all characters. Looking at it, we've actually got a good few, at least people that I know that play Ram, and we've also got a chip within here. No Edos that I see, unfortunately. Damn. All
right. Perfect. So, Qbert says that sounds great. I trust Qbert.
I trust Qbert as well.
Real quick, room keeping things, or however you want to say housekeeping, I think is what the actual term is. I've got it on the screen right now, but the screen won't be here forever. So remember, please check in to every match. Yeah, you had to check in to the tournament, but then you have to check in to every round. So round 1, you have to check in, your opponent has to check in, so on and so forth. Don't forget to check in. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but you'll have to ping a TO to have them un-DQ you if you miss the DQ timer.
And make sure also check in your matches after you play that, and make sure to report the matches, and also you're not keeping your opponent waiting forever.
Yep, and if there is a problem, please, in the Discord, we've got the open bracket issues text channel. Ping a tournament organizer there at the soonest sign of a problem so we can get that taken care of right away. We don't want to hold people up. What else? What else? Remember, try to use stages that are known to be, you know, good for performance. Locky is head TO. You can always ping Locky. You can always ping Locky during this bracket. But yeah, use good stages if you would, please. And make sure you wait. The bracket's gonna start pretty soon here. Wait to check to see if you're on stream. Once we have the stream matches set up, everyone else is good to go, but we don't want you to accidentally start your set right away and then, you know, because we haven't picked stream matches yet, ask you to, you know, basically throw away whatever the first game was. So just wait for the stream matches to be set. Locky will ping you. When you are pinged, you can enter the room, and actually let me transition us to that screen right now, since it is 6 p.m. Eastern now, and we can get started here pretty soon.
It is indeed. Well, it's 11 p.m. for me, but still similar time. Still the start time.
Same difference, you know.
Yeah, same difference. I think I might even be the first European commentator, maybe, but I don't know. Actually,
no, because surprisingly enough, my very first co-commentator was actually, and you guys will have to tell me if Guilty Gear is too loud or quiet. I would assume it's quiet, considering I can't hear anything.
I guess that, and I'm not technically the first one yet, but
yeah, my first co-commentator was Toby Bento Box.
Oh, hell yeah, then.
I also can't hear game, so luckily we've got a bit of time before stuff happens.
Yeah. We've got people checking into their matches. Some people seem to have started playing currently, so. But the streamed matches are pinged, and our first two for the stream match are Rack and Lie based on this.
Okay, I apologize for this. The room actually isn't open. I'm gonna have to restart the game to try and get sound. That's my bad for not checking that earlier, but we'll get that sorted right away.
All right then. I guess I'll just have to wait a second to let D disconnect me from the room then. Yep, there it is.
All right, and it looks like Locky has given you guys the green light. If you are not on stream, go ahead. If you're on stream, wait for me to get the room up real quick. I will say, I know there's some other competitors experiencing similar things. The weather has not been entirely cooperative today.
So yeah, I was hearing a lot about it, like some people not able to make it today because of the weather.
Yes, which from people across the country is just coincidence, but where I'm at, there was a pretty good hailstorm earlier. I hope my internet survives, but be aware we may have to deal with some Strive Earth. The show must go on, though.
It could just be one of those days, you know. Let me know when the room's back up.
We should be back up, and I have sound now, so you guys should be able to tell me whether or not we're too loud.
Hopefully it's not going to Strive Earth me, but you know, it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
All right, Rack, Lie, get in here. Light, get in here.
Yep, I'm on the way. It's decided to do the more billion year loading for me, so.
Ah.
God damn it, Strive. Why must you do this to me?
It wouldn't be Strive without a couple hiccups.
You know what? You're so right. If we didn't have like the random Strive Earths, it wouldn't be Strive. This is also probably the last MOTHPIT, well, second last MOTHPIT going on before the Celestial Reset as well, so that'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah, so if you guys are unfamiliar, we host this open bracket today, but Lockie hosts the beginner's version of this on Sunday. So you'll have Sunday, and then, yeah, like Light said, Celestial's gonna reset. New month, new you.
New month, new you. Ooh, playing Dizzy for this. Actually, was fighting live before this, and you know what, their Dizzy is really fun to fight.
Lai's
Assumedly,
Dizzy is incredibly fun. I also want to say, like, Lai and Rack specifically have been warming up with each other, so this is... Usually it's like, oh, we have to do layer 1 stuff. This is, they've already been warming up together. I think there might be some silliness already.
I don't know if they've been warming up specifically together. Like, I know Rack and Overlord were fighting. I don't know if they've been... Because I was fighting Lai before this bracket started.
Ah, okay, that might have been what I saw. I also warmed up with Rack. Not
yeah,
that
Rack
I'm competing, but...
It's a bit of fun to fight the Moth members every so often.
It's all good fun. I'm just testing out my scoreboard. Okay, I think I've got it. All right, guys. Rack and Lai, whenever you're ready, let's get this show on the road.
Ooh, Kai.
Busting out. There's some Kisk on Kisk violence, I know, because Rack... I don't know if Rack plays Unica or Dizzy, but Rack definitely plays Kai and Sin.
Yeah. I know Lai's played a good few of the Kisk's himself, so... But anyway, this is now the first matchup of MOTHPIT 3 then. We got Dizzy versus Sin. It's gonna be probably a tricky round start, because
welcome
Dizzy
in.
Dizzy doesn't really reach far with her round starts, so...
No, it's definitely one where Sin, I feel, is way more threatening at the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
But so, Lai's cracked, so...
Yeah, Lai does have really good pressure on his Dizzy, so... If Lai can get their pressure started, they could easily rob the game.
Alright, let's see what we're starting with.
What are our round starts? We got slight walk back with a run up. Lai on the offense getting something started, forcing Rack into the corner.
Knockdown, we blocked the ice. Big ol' Michael sword.
But we got Ice Floor on the floor, setting up some fish and wings of light. Playing keep away, getting the ice actually.
Good at zoning. The threat of light and Wings of Light actually pops in the first round. That's a good sign if you're a Dizzy player.
Yeah. And a perfect first round as well. Lai is full burst, full everything. It's got Rack in the corner, he's got Rack on the back foot. Definitely
very comfortable right now. You have all of your resources. Obviously, Sin has full stamina, which is something you have to keep in mind, but you've got 50 meter, 100 meter now. And we're hitting them with the Giga Laser Beam.
It's time to go into the 30-second cutscene, folks, because now, this is game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but it's not.
Not quite.
Can we get the last bit of chip damage out here, trying to low profile something?
Look, Rack has got a mountain to climb if he wants to take this round. But you know what? He just very well could do it. Now, Lai does have some resources. He does have 50 meter on him.
Okay, burst comes out. You have to use it, and the chip damage is going to send us with one game for Lai.
First game goes to Lai. A pretty convincing round for himself. Pretty convincing game for himself, anyway.
You can tell when Dizzy's at kind of that distance where she wants to be. She feels super comfortable.
Yeah, Lai looked very comfortable with where they were sitting most of the time. They seem to have got spacing pretty good.
That said, you've just got to let Sin get on you once, and that comfort can go downhill immediately.
Lai's
especially as a character with as weak defense as Dizzy.
Rack going for the aggressive round start this time. But now they were both trading, but Rack's on the offense.
Michael unfortunately,
is interrupted.
Do we let the wings pop this time again?
I mean, very well might.
Okay, no, we're bursting. Gonna take Wings of Light off the table.
Things about Wings of Light, it's mostly about the mental effect that it has on you, because you know you don't want that to happen.
No, it forces you to make a decision, and sometimes under the pressure you make the wrong decision. That's kind of the big strength of it.
Makes the strike throw for Dizzy much better as Rack takes the round. Or no, sorry, Lai takes the round.
Yeah, let's not get our competitors mixed up.
My bad.
Here's where Lai actually excels, and it's Dizzy cross-up pressure is actually really scary. Again, forcing a decision to come out because we've got Wings of Light.
Rack bursting did not die to this time. Burst bait, it's a little bit not getting the burst out though. Oh, backdash BRC to take their turn back.
We get the 2D. Ice doesn't quite connect. We've got
good nice tech. Nice tech from our two competitors. Lai's back on the offense.
Trying the zoning Michael Sword, but we're gonna low profile it.
Whoa, Rack slingshotting themselves towards Lai, but unfortunately Lai gets the grab in. And
finishes off with off the ground Narwhal.
That's now game 2 to Lai. Rack's gonna have to start pulling something out if he wants to continue his pressure. If he wants to continue the momentum.
I'm curious. We're sticking with Sin, it looks like.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we wouldn't get a Kai switch. I'm not familiar with the matchups, but I do know Rack is most comfortable on Sin.
I mean, I feel like Sin would be doing better in this one because he has a lot of movement options compared to Kai.
There's also something to be said, though, because Dizzy's really good at stopping your approaches when she's at that distance.
You are correct, because the ice floor does mess up Rack a lot because he can't do L-Cunt in neutral. But unfortunately, Lai doesn't even let him get the chance to use L-Cunt if he just continues the pressure.
And we've got Dizzy strike throw offense going here. Lights are out. Burst is going to take Lights off the table again.
Getting the nice buffer. Getting a nice fuzzy throw in there. 6Ps, whatever Rack tried to throw out, getting ice floor up.
Ooh, you're getting blown up for Michael's Sword. Yeah, burst makes sense there.
Oh, L-Cunt barely avoiding the ice this time.
I don't think that was quite a clean hit, but we've got hard knockdown.
Lai does have 100 meter to work with though, so kind of has the world to himself, but they both have 100 meter now, so...
Yeah, unfortunately you can't burst with 100 tension. You need the burst gauge. And that's a round.
Rack had to work with no stamina either, so they had to go into that super if they wanted to confirm. Rack getting offense started, tricking the grab out. Getting pressure started. Unfortunately, Lai interrupts correctly. Getting offense started.
Yep, long grab animation. We really want the Wings of Light to come out. Again, you just want to force a choice, and if you get Wings of Light, you get it, but the main appeal is you force someone to make a choice.
Now Rack has to deal with only being one hit from dying, and you chip down his him. He does have 100 meter.
Does he use it? Or does he save meter for mix? I think he's saving meter for the mix.
Saving it to make that safe. Unfortunately, he gets wire seed out.
Something's gotta happen here.
Someone's Lai gets the interruption with the 2P. Now that Lai does have 100 meter, does have 110 burst to work with here, so it could get them out of that situation if they want to, because Rack's got their offense started.
All right, are we taking our turn back here? No, we've got that 2K2D. Start the knockdown and get that pressure going.
Yeah, getting the nice throw back into the corner.
Good tech nice there. Tech slow it down, and then we've got this combo. Do we save burst? We don't want to go through the wall.
Yeah, we don't want Sin to get any more meter than he already has.
No more stamina right now. This is a tricky spot. You got to work with your normal kit.
Sin does have a tricky time playing the neutral if the ice floor gets out though. But Rack's just saying, no, I can...
Using that ice floor there.
Rack is going, I can survive just fine. Unfortunately, gets caught out by Arrow.
Oh, that was a cheeky overhead, I think, from Lai. I got hit there for sure.
I would have gotten hit there as well.
All right. Well, two very strong players, I will say, but Lai is just feeling dizzy right now.
Lai is indeed going to move on to the second round of winner's side, while Rack now has to survive in the loser's side.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see, we have Luca Valikar and Izazaki coming up next then.
All right. That's another sin if that's Isozaki. And then Luca playing the other Kisk. God.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Apologies. Now then, let's see what characters will they be playing this time. We might just have a lot of Kisuke's coming out for tonight's bracket.
All right, did I get the sides correct? I believe
Seems so.
believe I did. At your leisure, guys. Feel free to start whenever you want.
It feels like this bracket's going to be filled with a lot of Kisuke's this time.
There's no shortage of Kisuke's to go around. We've just got a new one.
Yeah, we did get a fourth one to the family.
I am curious if we will see Unica anytime in this tournament.
I think it would be fun to have a Unica show up for the bracket.
But yeah, you guys are good to go. I see you guys in the stream match chat.
Yeah.
At your leisure.
Go whenever.
Gentlemen.
Overlord has entered the room, okay. Alright, here we go. We got Kai Kisuke versus Sin Kisuke this time, just swapping out the parents this time.
Alright, I wonder if we don't hear Get Over Nightmares, but this song is also good.
I got my music muted anyway, I got my own playing.
Ah, fair. Okay, the good old Kai strike throw.
Luca is getting a convincing round, but DP to get themselves out of the corner.
Yeah, you've got to remember, both these characters have a get out of frame trap free card.
Unfortunately, one is they're not built. Unfortunately, DPs are never built the same here.
Okay. I know Isozaki is going to be conserving the stamina. Very good at resource management in my estimation. But here's Ride That Lightning.
We got the wall break on the round, started getting hard knockdown to get whatever he wants here. 5k
strike throw.
Getting on the ground, unfortunately doesn't get much. Oh, tragic DPE.
Just spaced slightly wrong.
Izazaki taking him to the corner, getting some crazy shenanigans with the fast form and cancels.
Alright,
getting some high-low mix.
Taking it down to the wire on round one. It is close. The DP will win the round there.
Unfortunately got BRC and got caught out by DB. 6p round start to catch their jumping, catching the L cunt with 2k. Unfortunately gets caught out now on the defensive. Izazaki getting some frame kills in here.
Yep, making good use of those strike throws. Taking a breather. We've got full stamina, we've got 50 meter. That was an unfortunate burst there. Do we carry this all the way to the corner?
We do with some Oki with some more shock state. Getting plus and block fun arc as we get some stagger pressure. YRC though to get themselves out of the corner.
That's the overhead. I'm genuinely curious. I don't think we'll often see Isozaki use that last bar of stamina. I think he likes to save that.
Isozaki keep being conservative with their stamina, getting a nice DP punish.
And there it is.
Izazaki now must figure out how they're navigating now, but they just get Fire Slash to close out this round.
All right. This is a great set already.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Luca does indeed have some nice spacing on himself and some nice predictions with that 6p.
Ooh, big counter hit.
I'm honestly liking Luca's stagger pressure here. It's keeping Izazaki on their toes when they're going to end the pressure when they're not. And so throw to interrupt.
Alright, we've got burst on the table. The question is, when do you use it?
Not at all is the question. Not at all is the answer.
Well, because you can also use it for Wild Assault, so maybe you don't want to gamble on saving your life. You want to gamble on taking your opponents.
Izazaki doesn't seem like that kind of player, though. They seem to be playing conservative, playing it pretty safe.
Oh, yeah, you can't afford not to burst there, but we were holding on to it for as long as possible.
Izazaki trying to play the neutral out.
Here you've got Shock State. This is scary. Nice Abare there. RTL here.
Through the wall with hard knockdown.
You just need a mix and you need to not get hit by that DP.
Just barely misses the 6K as they get 6 feet out of the sky.
Definitely could not tell you one way or the other how this is going to go. But that is one on the board for Luca, I believe.
Yes, it is indeed one on the board for Luca. Izazaki, he might need to adapt a little bit because Luca seemingly might have a bit of a download on Izazaki already.
I'm not even certain. I think it's just very close.
It does feel like it. Like at any point they could pull it back. Oop, nice 2P to catch the round start. Catching.
We're just using fast buttons
with the stagger pressure.
Okay, burst already out. Now it's Sin's turn.
Does carry them into the corner for some pressure. Unfortunately, the DP gets them out of there.
All right, back to neutral though.
Get some projectiles to cover the ground. Unfortunately, 2S catching them, forcing a burst out.
That backdash getting caught. You really want to be careful backdashing against Kai.
That's a nice combo, honestly. Nice throw as well.
And the strike throw will end the round cleanly.
Izazaki struggling to find footing within this.
A little cheeky throw there. You're in shock state.
Izazaki just deeping through it on unfortunate situation now be in. Getting the shock state on the wall break, so Izazaki now dealing with shock state here. How will they survive here?
Well, the thing about shock state is you actually don't have to worry about it unless you're getting hit. Just the patience on Luca there to get the burst out.
Luca does seem like a very patient kind of player. They could get caught out though by a sudden approach.
All right. I've still got a lot of faith in Isazaki. I don't know if I would put money on this being a 3-0.
I think Isazaki has something cooking up in the background. Like, they're not going to go down without a fight anyway.
Oh, absolutely not.
Welcome to the airships, because now we got some more. Getting a nice
Solid
combo.
start.
Not using the second bar yet. Now they're using it to get a nice throw in.
And we've got the strike throw. We're just trying to dominate this round. Nice.
Izazaki hearing is wondering if they will take a game off, and they're going to prove us wrong.
I mean, going into this, a perfect round, that's kind of the momentum you want to start, and you want to roll with that.
Absolutely.
Already got bursts. You have to be feeling really good right now if you're Isazaki.
They have no stamina. They have no stamina though, so their combos are going to be a little weaker.
But it's not going to matter because you got positive bonus. Who needs stamina when you've got tension? You've also got a full burst gauge.
That is true. Now
and that's it. That's it.
Izazaki now making it 1-2.
I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I think calling the download was premature.
You know, you are correct.
On the first game, because I think Isazaki might be the one downloading now.
Isazaki might just needed a few games just to get their footing, figure out how Luca plays, where they press, where they don't.
Dominating performance, and now you've got that data there that you can do a perfect round against your opponent.
Izazaki now are going to see what they can do here. Gets counter hit, bursting out.
Burst off the table, but we're on the offense.
Unfortunately, quickly back into the defensive as Luca now is going to get a combo. Unfortunately, drops here.
All right, we've got DP on wake up. Take back your turn. You've only got 1 bar of stamina, but you've got the tension to work with. What is the play?
Luca playing a little patient, gets the DP though.
Ooh, very patient.
3 close slashes in one combo, that's crazy. Let's see what's our round start this time. I'm just running up, backing up, getting 2k2d.
The DP catches on the second part.
6p to catch the air buttons. Ooh, far slash into a wall break. Now Izaki has to deal with shock state, hard knockdown. Just mashes
the
out
grab there. It ain't over, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Izaki proving that they are indeed a strong player in this tournament.
All right, what's Luca got? There's no hard knockdown. You're both in neutral.
They do have 100 meter to work with. Burst though to save themselves as they...
All right, unfortunately, well, you've got stamina, but you don't have other resources right now when you're Isozaki.
Don't have the health or the tension.
You can tell both players just trying to play real patient. That was it.
And that's it. And that's the set to Luca then. Getting convincing 3-1.
Certainly good games. And Isozaki still seems real strong, so I've got
faith Izaki could have an insane losers run.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep a track of the loser side.
Yeah.
Excellent games, people.
Now then, who will be our next people for the bracket? It will be Dominating Moon and Overlord, I think.
I believe that is correct.
Looking like we're gonna have a biking mirror on our hands then.
I wonder if this was done on purpose by our head TO Locky.
I feel like Locky might just want to have these two on stream. Like, mirrors are always a fun thing to watch and all.
There are mirrors that are fun to watch, and then there are mirrors that are really fun to watch. And I think Biken is a mirror that's actually really fun to watch.
I mean, Biken is a knowledge-heavy character. Like, the more you know about the rest of the cast, the more that you know, the more things you can do within the match. And with the fact that it's a mirror, you both know exactly what you can do.
I just want to see Clashio Zansen into both Biken's parrying. If I had a Christmas wish, it will be Clashio Zansen into parry.
We can absolutely dream this, but we will see if they decide to pull that off. Who are we currently waiting on in this room? We currently have, I think, Overlord in the room, so...
Actually, does this
We're just
fit?
waiting on Moon.
I didn't do this for Isozaki, but technically... Overlord is a Moth Overlord. That's another one of our very own Moths.
Yeah, we do indeed have a good few Moths playing in this bracket this time, so... Let's see how far...
Locky there kind of admitting it. Put them on stream so you can see Biken positive, kill Biken derogatory.
Which Biken is they're referring to, we'll never know.
Nope, we'll never know.
Now then, Moon is in here, so do you think we're ready to start whenever they are?
We are ready whenever. Let me just swap these names around.
Alright, alright. You will know. Okay then, Locky. But you know what, the Biken mirror should be a good bit of fun anyway, and I feel like Overlord is the kind of person to want to play this mirror out.
I think so too. That said, this is actually the reigning champion from last MOTHPIT, Dominating Moon. Actually went on to win it all. So we've got...
That is true. We have an ex-winner of MOTHPIT here, so they could be back to claim their title as #1 in MOTHPIT Open.
Definitely gonna give Overlord a run for his money.
Yeah, Overlord will have to do a bit... We'll have to work, but I think Moon will still have to work just as hard to take down our Overlord. Just obviously, whenever our competitors are ready to start, we can then get to this show on the roll.
Yep.
Overlord just standing there, waiting for something, or they've gone to do something.
We could be looking at a bathroom break.
We could be. Lucky's already threatening Overlord. Looking a little strange, but do you know what? It's all right.
Early to join the room, late to join the duel station. It all balances out to being average on time.
Yeah, it's the way it is. But you know, I'm also excited for the next one, for the next game, because I see that we're going to get Semantic next on stream, so that'll be a lot of fun. But obviously, right now we have 2 Vikings to focus on. Whenever one of them actually finishes is doing whatever.
Certainly, certainly.
Like, Overlord, where have you gone?
When will Overlord come back from the war?
I miss Overlord already.
My heart aches ever so softly.
We need our Overlord back.
Let's see. Who else am I excited for? We've already got Please Wipe Me and Girth Chan in some upcoming stream matchups. So Jacko and Potemkin, excited for that.
Yeah, Jack. Possibly. I'm not sure who Lovebound or Margarita is, but they're gonna have to fight that Jacko, whoever wins their set, and then Inzog and Lai are the ones that could be fighting Girth Chan.
All right, but so now we've got the Biken off. Okay, Overlord is pink, Moon is yellow.
We got our double parry already. Oh my god, I've got to remember which Biken's which.
All right. Okay,
then I figured it out. Yeah, Overlord getting nice Escabari out. Getting some pressure started.
Okay,
unfortunately.
Counter hit. Bursts already off the table, but we're going to slingshot for the overhead JH.
Overlord embraced their inner bird and flying across the screen.
Cross up, H-Kabari. We've got the meter on a tethered combo. Doesn't quite kill. We went for the Big Will special there, but it didn't quite work out.
Flying up into the skies to take this into a dogfight.
Ooh, that counter hit. Just dropping at the end.
Both dashing at each other, looking for a chance to get Yosansen in. With Overlord getting hurt. Let's see our round start over. Both of them taking different approaches. One going there, with staying on the ground. S got a combo started. Unfortunately, missed a parry.
You're gonna hit that cross up. Now here's the deal. All the Bikens are used to dealing out the cross-ups, but how many of them are comfortable with defending against them? Big counter hits here.
How many of them could block the mix? Because I know for myself, I can't block my own character's mix.
A solid JH into another hit to finish the round. And
a JH into far slash to close out the round.
Got one for Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord getting a strong start. Maybe they could continue that momentum to take Moon to the losers bracket.
We're gonna see. I feel bad for loser side if that happens.
Look, I could just be cursing Overlord now with the commentator's curse, but we'll see.
Oh yes, let's try not to commentator's curse anyone. Overlord's fine. Overlord's a friend. We can commentator's curse Overlord. Big JS.
Ooh, getting a nice. Ooh, gets parried though. Unfortunately,
we whipped a grab into another grab.
2 whiffed grabs back to back. Now get Moon on the defense. They do get a nice grab. Overlord whiffing his parry.
Baiting the burst. No one wants the Biken to win. I too want Biken to win. Not going to cross up Yozansen there, but we're still finding some way to mix, and the mix is parry.
Oh, that's a nice parry. Gotta make the decision. When do you want to press on their pressure? Because they could throw a parry at any time like that.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. How much of this combo is resetting into another throw? I think that's round. That's definitely round.
Yeah, that's our round taken off Overlord. I mean, it's still having a life though.
You can expect it from the mirror match. I think this might be close. Okay, big counter hit JS into other counter hit JS.
Oh, nice wall break into 6H. Overlord now having 50 meter to work with, so ooh.
That means you get
double goat dash. Oh my god! Oh, Moon getting some nice off gun going out, taking out that mat.
Overlord's a big fan of those Roman cancel movement options, and it looked like it was working out until Moon took the turn back.
Overlord growing his wings of a moth to fly across the screen.
Indeed, but now you're tethered, and now you've got a block. Nice Abari there.
Getting a nice press it and getting a nice punch in the middle of it.
Real quick, thanks everyone who showed up from Pants stream. Thanks for the raid, guys. Currently watching a Charge Dust from Dominating Moon.
Overlord not wanting to take the damage from that, bursts out into their own offense. Barely not continuing the pressure.
Keeping Overlord out with the JD.
Playing pretty defensively for themselves.
All right, now you take your turn back. Where's the mix?
What do you got? Escabari. They both keep getting out. They both keep trying to guess for H-Kabari, but Escabari keeps being the option that they do.
And you know what? They're guessing wrong equally as many times, so we've tied it up to 1-1.
It has been tied up, so for now it could be anyone's game still. Both players have shown very strong performances so far.
Yeah, so once again, welcome in, Raiders. Love to have you guys. This is the MOTHPIT Open Bracket hosted by my community. We are Moth FGC. As of this month, an official FGC organization.
Oh, nice parry. Calling out Dominating Moon, pressing in their Kabari. Both of them just trading hits, getting parries out. All right. Overlook though, getting pressure started first, and getting some nice combo.
Gonna start the tether combo.
Unfortunately, they use burst. Unfortunately, Moon uses burst to get out. Not wanting to go down easily like that. Ooh, that parry misses the fire slash. Oh. Overlord now
gun.
Over the gun.
Not quite gonna do it. The cross up Yozanson finishes out the round.
Let's see.
All right, same brain cell, same brain cell. Trying to control the air with your two big air buttons. You've got JD, you've got JS. We're gonna go through the wall. No hard knockdown, but you do get positive bonus now.
This is probably the most aerial match we're gonna be seeing here. Because these Bikins want to fly in the air.
Oh, that's nice when that gun super hits. Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Gets a nice combo. Burst to avoid the YRC, getting positive bonus, but unfortunately, Overlord taking the advantage, now getting the kill for the game.
Definitely gonna, well, honestly, both Bikins are gonna have to work for it. But
Overlord
clean
so has the
there.
lead. Overlord so far has the lead and might gain the momentum to continue to get a 3-1, but Moon is not going to go down without a fight.
Absolutely not. And like I said, it may spell disaster, actually, no matter what. Because someone in loser's side is going to have to fight these Vikings. And they are both incredibly good on offense. They're very scary Vikings to play against.
Hopefully you don't get this Viking, because for all we know...
Good counter hits. Again, that JS is doing work. This time parry doesn't go to waste. Little guard cancel there.
Both these Vikings using the season.
The JD combo.
Both of these Vikings are loving the new parry changes that they made in Season 4. Unfortunately, Overlord gets the interruption, misses the Yosansa, but gets another in. Getting a nice combo in for Super to get the wall break with hard knockdown.
Man, I love that both of these Vikings seem very comfortable with those JD combos and confirms. Oh, that throw is gonna hurt, but I think we're gonna save burst for next round. That would make sense.
Yeah, saving it for the next round so they have the burst advantage here. At least they can threaten still that they could burst. Oh, it doesn't get the overhead.
Yeah, bursting that there.
Goes under the Yosansa in. My god, the H-Kabari into some more damage.
Ooh, the parries might be getting too ambitious now is my only worry.
They might just be.
Round's
this could
not
be
over yet.
Overlord getting flown across the screen.
And the whip grab.
Sometimes the humble far slash will get you farther.
tying it up 2-2. So we're taking this to our first game 5 of the streamed sets.
It's always nice to see a game 5 in a tournament.
You'd love to see it.
Both players know the stakes. One of them will be sent to losers if they don't take this last game.
I just want to mention, because I'm biased. Well, this isn't a biased thing. I'm just more familiar with Overlord because I don't fight Moon as much. But Overlord has made incredible strides as of recent. Just in terms of quality of gameplay.
Well, look, it seems Moon is still keeping up with Overlord. Not falling behind at all.
Again, the guard cancels and parries could spell disaster. I'd like to see maybe a little more conservative play, but if you keep getting them, I suppose, you might be tempted to keep going for it.
They both know their own characters. They know where Vikings like to press and where they don't.
This is so true. Good block on that cross-up Yozansen. Trying to mix with our very own Yozansen. And
Overlord did not build enough meter to run because Yozansen as they take the damage. Backdash Cat getting caught by the gun. Let's see it. Moon is keeping Overlord on their toes.
A little zoning with the big air buttons. Trying to keep out the approach. And when you confirm, you can get them in the corner. In the corner and tethered. A little bit of ambiguous cross-up. Gun super for the hard knockdown positive bonus this time.
I think Moon might have guessed a cross-up there, but it just didn't come.
And then you got the high-low threat there.
Matt keeping in the E pressure consistent. Unfortunately,
One
that's
big
plus
counter hit. And we're keeping you out with JS, and we're getting counter hits left and right.
Everyone loving to press it here. That was a nice just block though,
Overlord's on the ball there.
Overlord keeping the air-to-air is clean.
When does burst come out? It's gotta be soon. You can't afford to lose it. You can't afford to get grabbed.
Whoa!
And
Overlord sending Moon to the losers bracket and moving on to round 3.
Incredibly close set, guys.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Congratulations, Overlord, and God help who may ever be in your path in loser side, Moon, because I know they're not gonna have an easy time of it, that's for sure.
Look, we could see Moon again later.
I would. This is the one bet of the day where I would put money that we could see Moon come back up from loser side. That said, we do have a lot of really good competitors, so yeah, I suppose I shouldn't be too eager.
This is a pretty stacked bracket for tonight, honestly. And we're going to get our next 2 people in. We're going to get at first Semantic into the room, and we also have his opponents of how do you pronounce that?
Avarice,
see the name.
I believe.
Avarice.
All right, looks like we're gonna have
Semantic versus Avarice.
Semantic players 1 side, Avarice player 2.
I wonder who Avarice plays.
I'm not familiar. This is a surprise to me. I was not gonna guess that we would see a Venom.
You know what? Getting Venom before Unica is honestly a surprise to me. But you know what? It's a welcomed one because now we get to see what the Ram Venom matchup looks like. Semantic is a pretty strong player.
Semantic's strong, but Venom's one positive is the pressure, and Ram doesn't have the easiest time getting out of pressure when she does get in the corner herself. Obviously, her game plan is to get you in the corner. Like
there are factors stacked against Avarice, but Avarice just might know some things. They might be knowing things that we don't.
I think what I want to see is this someone who's put the blood, sweat, and tears that you need to into Venom in order to, you know, make this character that everyone kind of thought was a little underwhelming. Has Avarice put the effort in to make Venom as scary as he possibly can be?
Oh, burst. Semantic getting the pressure story gets bursted out though, and now losing a sword. Sends in another sword though, as they're not going to stall for time. Let the other sword come back.
I would say both characters are kind of built for the mid-range part of the game, so
a lot of JPs getting thrown out to stall for longer.
We've got zoning, we've got billiard balls. Dark Angel comes out. Are you going? You're gonna have to block. What's the mix?
Cross up. I did not expect a cross up low to come out there.
Oh no. Venom, like I said, Venom was thought to be pretty underwhelming, but the people who've stuck on Venom can make this character pretty darn stressful to deal with. Big Calvados coming through.
Out. Never mind, just barely alive. Both looking not the greatest, but they both have burst. Semantic using his first.
Can we defend?
Avarice is not going to hold all this pressure. Unfortunately, they couldn't hold it long enough.
I'm not holding ram pressure that long either, to be fair. Yeah. Just trying to keep the distance.
Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to keep the distance against Ram when they have such good air buttons.
No, but like I said, Venom's also pretty good in the middle range. Do you go over? Excellent. But you run back into Dark Angel. That is tragic.
Oh my god.
All right, positive bonus and hard knockdown. Getting a little strike throw in. Do we go back to zoning? Oh, no, we're just gas.
My god, we're going straight through another wall. Almost no damage from that, but you know what? They get hard knockdown though.
Yeah, it's just Trambaka, unfortunately. PRC that to make it safe. Unfortunately, still get grabbed.
Ram pressure started now. Oh, deal with the guard. Throw.
Bursting meter on the table. She's out of swords. If you can get out of this, she might be a little bit weak for a little bit longer. One sword back.
Singular sword. Unfortunately, that ball catches them out on the floor. Barely living.
Now you are one billiard ball away from death if you're Semantic here.
Yeah, Semantic played a risky game. Oh.
A slight hiccup on Strive's end. Hopefully this fixes itself.
Please.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, there's a little bit of Strive Earth going on. I can't...
Technical difficulties.
Can't tell which way that was gonna go.
We'll see what the TOs decide on this and how our players feel about this.
Let's see, is that a DC and a reconnect, perhaps? I'm checking the chat, see if anything's up.
TO's checking up, seeing what's going on. Oh, internet due to the storm.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, there are a couple storms across the country. I knew this was kind of a possibility. Unfortunate that it happens, but I didn't know what the weather was going to be like when I picked today.
Tragic. It looks like they're DQing themselves from winner's side.
All right. You hate to see it, because it kind of breaks my heart that we might have been robbed of a Venom here. But you can't control the weather, unfortunately.
You know, I do have a hope that we could see Avarice later in the bracket.
Oh, I'm getting word from Lockie that Lovebound is actually another Venom. So we had at least two in the bracket.
You know what? We still get to see some Venom gameplay then on stream.
I know, if I remember correctly, Lovebound has been, I don't know if it's masochism or genuine love for the character, but has been really grinding out the Venom games.
Yeah, and honestly, Wipe is also a really good Jacko, though I actually fought them in the last MOTHPIT I played, knocking them to loser's side. And that's all they remember to be forced.
Well, at least you were remembered, right?
Yeah, true. It's like how many Enos play in the MOTHPIT?
Apparently, 3.
Apparently 3.
We had a MOTHPIT where we had Detour, Oddity, and Light.
Yeah, that's true. Close game was almost in this background, I guess not.
Looks like we'll have Lovebound over on player 1 side. Please wipe me. Taking up player 2. Fun fact, guys, the overlay here is actually two different species of moths. Player 1 side is actually supposed to be an Atlas moth, which is the moth that my little VTuber character is made after, and then player 2 side is the Luna moth. So when you're playing in the moth pit, you're either Team Atlas moth or Team Luna moth.
Now then, let's see here. Here we go. You know, it's just as I expected. I forgot this was their name. Now then, Venom Jacko's sounds like an interesting one, though.
This one, I'm gonna have trouble telling you what's happening, if I'm being totally honest. That said, you guys are good to go at your ready.
There's gonna be so many objects being thrown around the screen in this one.
That's what I'm thinking about. I don't know if my brain is going to pay attention to the minions or to the billiard balls, the setup.
But you know what? I have hope. If Lovebound's made it this far, I think I have hope that I will see a really fun set here.
Yeah, that strong 2D round start. Already putting you in the corner with the minion pressure. Gotta close those gaps, get the frame traps. And we have a burst safe combo into Jack. Oh, Buster.
How much of Jacko's pressure is safe and how much is real, I will not be able to tell you.
Couldn't tell you either. I just picked up a character with a DP recently.
But you know, getting the on the ground to close that round out for perfect.
Alright.
Wipe is already proving to have a really strong lead currently. Really strong momentum to take into the second round.
Well, again, both characters are going to struggle on defense, so I don't think that's indicative of the entire set. I'm curious to see what happens when Lovebound gets in.
Lovebound currently, though, struggling to get out of the pressure, obviously. Using burst to get himself out. It's got some pressure.
Starting a little bit of pressure.
It's backdash for a game.
All right, it's one on the board for Wipe Me. Really, the game plan seems to be go, go, go. And it makes sense. Like I said, neither character is too great on offense. Too great on defense.
It's like both these characters normally would want to whiff punish you and then start their pressure. Oh wait, have a switch though.
We've got the immediate swap back to Abba. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with Lovebound, this is the staple. This is the bread and butter. This is the white rice.
Now that how Abba does in this matchup, I honestly could not tell you. Abba has such big buttons to defeat minions with.
She does, and while she's not the scariest thing in the world without JR, with JR, she is incredibly scary, and that's where the lack of defense is really gonna hurt. You've got the overhead.
Getting the nice key grab to keep some up, using the Roman cancel to get some more rage.
And we're popping Jealous Rage here.
We're looping the Jealous Rage now.
Going with the
try to kill him. Will it be enough?
I think it will, actually.
3, 4, 5.
Now, if you can't block that overhead and Jealous Rage, I don't know what to tell you about this matchup.
Unfortunately, I can't.
Oh no, I can't either, which is why I lose.
Yeah.
Good pressure from Wipe Me though, going through the wall.
Wipe getting a nice
positive bonus.
Wipe getting a nice start to this round, but unfortunately,
you want to keep it up while JR is off the table. Do we have enough to finish? I think we do.
Buster.
Jacko Buster!
Now that game 3, we'll see if any of them, round 3, we can see if any of them can do this.
Popping JR. Yeah, we're just so fast. I think I'd have to look at the map. I think she might be as fast, if not faster, than Full Tension Giovanna.
I think she might be faster than Chippy. I know she's faster than Chip anyway.
I'm curious. Full Tension Geo might be a tiny bit faster, but JR Abba is no joke.
Yeah.
All right, keeping up the pressure, but we're taking our turn back here. JR off the knockdown. But we're going to be reversaled for it. But Danzai is the best move in the game. So I know you spent 50 meter for that. Abba spent nothing and took your pocket change.
Abba spent some jealous rage to do that one. Unfortunate is that Abba's super is not an actual grab, it is a hit grab instead.
Okay, blocks the first overhead and then the second one will pick it up.
Playing Abba like she's Eno here.
And she might as well be in JR. Okay, we had the glimpse of Venom, but we're turning up.
Loveband realized that the Venom might not be the best option for this matchup. But you know what? We'll see how they do this time.
Certainly close now. I still want to see more Jacko Buster.
Wipe is going to have to adapt to now having to fight Abba instead of Venom.
It's always a little bit of a gamble to pop JR so early. You're kind of hoping that you get enough off of it to maybe loop it into another JR.
Now they're stuck in the situation of having no JR, and now stuck in Jacko pressure, trying to find a way out.
Got the strike throw.
Yeah.
And those minions are just gonna keep creating frame traps for you. Burst comes out.
There's so many gaps in the pressure, but they're all so too small to press on.
I think not quite going through the wall, but the throw will take it. This is still... It's still a set where whoever gets in first really has the advantage.
Yeah. Abba is indeed living by their feast or starve kind of character. Now that unfortunately Wipe is getting the pressure started with some with a minion in the corner with him, getting a second one to continue it going. Put you out of minion gauge.
Through the wall for the positive bonus.
No Jacko Buster this time, but they do have 50 meter. Got more than 50 meter to work with here.
Love to hit JR as soon as it happens, but we've got Burst back into neutral. No JR, but she's gonna build a little bit more meter before the end of the round.
Gonna keep some pressure going. Unfortunately, Wipe just jumps out and hits you with a punch.
Strong plays from Wipe Me here.
Wipe has proven to know quite a bit of this matchup, actually, and seems to have quickly adapted to what's going on. Loveband is going to have to figure out where their weaknesses are now. Let's see here. Loveband and then Wipe going for the game 3. No, wait, we're on game 4, isn't it? Yeah, game 4.
All right.
Definitely professional commentator.
We've got JR successfully waited out. We didn't lose too much for it.
They are in the mid screen though. Gets the Ignite, 5k just get the pressure started.
Trying to get some high-low mix in here. Now you're in JR.
Oh God. Gonna elect to not break the wall yet. It might have been a mistake though.
Danzai cannot quite punish it.
See if they can parry the minion, unfortunately not.
Trying to exploit. That Abba's a little slow, maybe get some zoning in. Good backdash from Lovebound there.
Nice backdash to then get the punish. Let's see. 6p round start. Oh,
they
gets caught
to get JR.
They couldn't get into the rage, and now they're caught at the blender.
Defensive minion there, kind of snubbing that attack. And we're gonna get wall break here.
Nowhere is safe from Wipe. Unfortunately, oh my God, there was still enough jealous rage to get that hit in.
All right, you don't want to be here.
Yeah,
we've got 100 tension though. There's more than enough resources to work with the air throw.
Both with 50 meter though. Minion though, pushing him close enough.
It's very cool to watch Jacko pilot with the minions out.
Yeah, Wipe seems to have the minions pretty well Oh, nice backdash though.
Building up a little bit more jealous rage before we can maybe pop off. Hits the install.
Gets caught by 2D, and so, Wipe is now going to get some pressure started. Doesn't block the overhead. Hold all this mix, can you get out? 5D all of it.
Enough? No, it drops it a little bit. You're in a scary spot here.
On
and
the ground,
off
yeah.
the ground will end that round and put White Me
into round 4.
Good showing. I'm gonna say it. I would not like to be in the losers bracket in this MOTHPIT. Actually, I've seen so many good players be sent to losers.
We got Vort, Enzog, Rack, Sen. Like, geez, Moon. We got so many people in the losers bracket fighting to survive. Jesus.
There's Goose, who's like top 20 Axel there. There's Enzog, one of the craziest bedmen ever. We saw Moon go down. Moon won the last MOTHPIT. It is not necessarily a cakewalk in loser side today.
Yeah, it's looking a pretty difficult. The losers bracket's honestly looking so much harder than the winner's side.
All right, looks like we've got Lai and Girth Chan.
You know what? This is now the second time Lai gets to show up on stream. So let's see if Lai can continue
Always
to
love to see a familiar face.
Yes, we do. Yet again, we get to see Eli, one of our Moth members.
Alright, looks like we're just waiting on Girth Chan. That, of course, will be a Potemkin.
We get a battle of the top tiers here, then.
That we do. The Sin versus Potemkin. A strangely familiar matchup in Moth FGC, because we've got Vort, one of the multiple Madeleines we've got as a Potemkin, and then we've got Lai, Rack, Isozaki, Tuna. We've got so many people in our community who play Sin.
Yeah, a surprising amount of Sins and a surprising amount of Potemkins. Honestly, we have some like oddball characters that you might not expect in Moth. Oh, hello, Tuna.
Hello, Tuna.
But yeah, currently we're just waiting on Girth Chan seeing when they show up.
Yeah, you know, if you guys ever wanted to, if you were on the fence about joining the Mothcord Discord, we've got many things to offer, like Sin Kisk, Potemkin, many Madeleines.
We've got a surprising amount of Enos, to be honest. I'm usually around. There's like, honestly, there's just a lot of matchups that you might even find in here that you might not know too well. You've scared them all away. Okay, then.
And actually, just in case you are watching this just for the bracket and are slightly curious, I will just drop this in the Twitch chat, but that is the link to the Discord. It's not just for Moth Fighting Game Org members, it's my general stream community, but there's a ton of people in there who love Guilty Gear, would love to have sets with you. It's a great place.
It just happens that in the tournament we have a lot of Moth members playing.
It makes sense. We're putting on the show, why not participate?
Yeah, why not have the members why not the members participate?
All right. Once again, just trying to see where Girth Chan is at. Another case of the bathroom breaks, perhaps?
Where is our Girth Chan? It says they're on Strive still. Where they've gone. We're missing our Potemkins. I also wonder how our TOs are feeling about all this.
Nothing egregiously wrong has happened so far, I will say, as my eye of God lets me see. Oh my god, please let me genuinely inspired you to end your hiatus and learn Jacko.
Oh,
Actually,
hell yeah.
that's entirely on brand for you, Brackets, knowing that you've gone from Milia to Baiken to Asuka. I think Jacko is kind of down that same style.
It's like I was talking to White before, and like I was saying that I don't think I could actually play a Jacko, but they're saying that because I play, you know, I might be able to. But we got Girth-chan in here now, actually. They might be starting their set now. Are you ready, Moth? Are you there, Moth?
Hold on, give me 1 second. Don't start just yet.
Just hold for a minute. I will keep you entertained for now, the end, but honestly, this seems like this could be a tough matchup for Sin, maybe. Because Potemkin has such large buttons to contest Sin. Now, I don't know these matchups, so you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but...
Apologies, I am back. I just needed to deal with some background noise. Hopefully it hasn't been coming through that much. I've been trying my best, but...
But yeah, honestly, this matchup I feel like could be difficult for Sin here.
It's, well, you just don't want to make a mistake. Which is kind of a silly thing to say. Obviously, you don't want to make a mistake against any character in the cast. But here specifically, you just want to make sure that you are on the ball. If you pick something up, don't drop it. Give Potemkin as few chances as possible, and try to... really just try to capitalize on anything you can get.
Now, Potemkin does have huge buttons, but Sin obviously can slip through some pressure as well. Can slip through some of his buttons as well.
Good throw Tex here. No stamina means it's a little scary. The good thing here is that Potemkin can't play neutral either.
Yeah. Oh, that buster already.
Not enough meter, so we don't have mix, but nice Abare there.
Overhead sun coming out. Girth keeping himself in the air. Oh my god. Catching the big gap in the pressure. Oh my god, more busters.
That's the thing, the gaps in pressure, you want to keep those tight.
They are not letting life breathe. They're keeping the busters up. Girth-chan proving to be quite the threatening Potemkin, just throwing at the busters so many times.
You just always... You need to try to minimize the amount of interactions in Potemkin's favor.
Then again, Girth has shown that they do know this matchup quite well with when they're throwing out these busters.
The problem with throwing out busters and having it work is that it's usually just a matter of timing. Buster's not armored until frame 5, so if you get your frame traps a little bit tighter, you can start blowing up Potemkin's score mashing Pot Buster.
But then it makes it more predictable on when you're frame trapping then. Because now if you're not frame trapping because you don't want to get hit by Buster.
All right, nice hard knockdown positive bonus.
Unfortunately, no stamina though to work with, but they do have 100 meter.
Ooh, getting hit by Garuda is gonna hurt.
Oh, that's game.
And that is just some patience on the side of Girth-chan.
You hate to see ear burst get blocked. IB burst his gap. Yeah. Girth was expecting the burst, like they had the sixth sense for it.
Burst. Girth-chan has been around the block a couple times. This is a tournament pot player.
Duel 1.
Lai, though, is not going to go down without a fight. They're going to find... Because obviously we've seen with the previous one, Lai might get knocked down a couple times, but they can pull back easily.
Big counter hit there.
Taking out a frame trap to get throw in. Unfortunately, no stamina to work with. Seems to be a consistent issue.
Alright, DP gets us out of the corner.
Unfortunately, oh,
nope,
never
not
mind.
Unfortunately. We've got the whiffs for the meaty. Tyrant Rave.
Into hard knockdown. Oh my
There's a
god.
big counter, and the OTG finishes out the round.
Let's see. Girth-chan might be thrown off by this sudden momentum Lai has gained.
All right, whiffing Garuda gonna give Sin another turn. Again, like I said here, every time Potemkin makes a mistake, you need to punish it, and I think Lai is on the ball on that regard.
Lai is making sure that if Girth, that
Clean
whatever
hits,
oh my
super
God.
kills.
Lai making sure that whatever button Girth-chan whiffs is going to be the last.
For sure. Tying it up to 1-1. Certainly anybody's game. I don't imagine we see a character swap anytime soon. We'll just see.
These feel like some character loyalists here.
Honestly, the only one I might see is a swap to Dizzy, but I want to say Sin is gonna have a much better time here.
I think I would not want to play Dizzy into this because Potemkin can flick almost everything Dizzy has, so I think he would much rather play this than into this.
This is an unlucky day. Lockie's just said that Lovebound just DQ'd. Says the FGC has a 0-10 matchup against Storms. Right, not to detract from the current round. Running our pressure, trying to keep the gaps as few as possible.
Oh, hammer falls, catching them out, and Garuda sending them across the whole screen. Oh, Lai refusing to go. Let the neutral be played as he sends him into the corner.
The problem... Ooh, okay. Are we patient? We're gonna get hit by the air button. Back to neutral. Again, we're strong here.
Lai is indeed keeping some pressure up. Sudden roaming cancel on the ground.
One
No,
more
not
mix hit. Let's go.
Lai keeping things fast, keeping things sudden, but also playing patiently to make Girth and think more about when they're going to throw a button out. Unfortunately, no stamina going into the wall break here.
We've got meter if we wanted to, and we're going to use it to go through the wall for the hard knockdown positive bars. No stamina, but Sin can kind of use his other resources.
Oh my god, Potemkin buster.
Yeah,
oh my god.
This.
Yeah, Lai knew that was going to hurt if they let that continue. Oh my god, look at... Oh my god, these IVs. Oh my god. Girth did not want to get stuck there. Uh-oh.
Calling out Hammerfall break with the overhead. This might be it. This is absolutely it. I want to say that was a clean hit as well. I didn't quite catch the screen frame or the screen freeze.
Yeah, I got Strive-Earthed for a second and couldn't see the last of that match, but you know, it's fine.
All right, I believe that puts it 2-1 Lai's favor.
Yeah, Lai
maybe
pulling
gonna need to
it
see some maybe faster pokes or some less risky options, because it does seem like every time Girth-chan gives enough of a gap for Lai to punish, Lai does punish it.
Yeah, Lai is playing around the spacing really well, keeping the distance between the two. Oh my god, DP did get the pressure started.
All right, but Girth-chan, a great Potemkin, gonna backdash there.
Unfortunately, Lai not letting them get the punish in properly. Girth looking for a chance to get that pressure started.
The whiff grab.
Unfortunately, denied their chance. Oh my god, here's their chance to get pressure started. Never mind sending it back into neutral.
All right.
Oh my god,
these DPs are working for now, but if we just see a little bit of patience, that's gonna be scary. At this point, you're dead if you have DP blocked.
They got their backdash caught.
IBFDs
oh my god,
there.
these just blocks. These IVs are insane from Girth-chan. Oh my god, mega fit. It's across the screen.
We really don't want to run into those big buttons.
Oh, JK.
All right, now you've got to hold this. What's the mix? PRC. I believe the trade went in Girth-chan's favor. Let's go.
Yeah, Girth-chan's favor. Oh, sudden 2P round start. Unfortunately misses.
Gonna spend meter, but again, there's enough of a gap there to get thrown. And that's what I was afraid of.
Safe jabbing. Sin
Unfortunately,
here.
heat tackle is not safe, so we do give Lai a little bit of hope here.
Lai will wall break here, or so.
With 2 bars of stamina, Sin is still scary.
Fuzzy blocking, it seems to... Never mind.
Oh, and Burst is off the table for next round. You've
But now
got to
they got
hope that Gigantor mix wins this. You're 1 Buster away. You're also 1 DP away from death.
You're never safe from the DP, no one is.
And now Lai's a lot closer to Burst.
Yeah. Lai got 50 bursts to work with now. Lai hasn't shown that it'll do Wild Assault for combos, so they are purely saving this for defense.
Which makes sense, because if you're in neutral, you're feeling comfy. If you're defending against Potemkin, you want to be out as soon as possible. These tick throws are so oppressive. The meter will do it, and Burst comes back, but just a moment too late.
Getting to eat it in before the wall break.
A little bit of a victory dinner there.
Getting a nice victory meal in.
All right, good showing from Lai there, and yet another demon we are sending to the loser's side to torment our competitors over that side of the bracket.
All right, and Girth-chan, good luck in your run.
Good luck, good luck. This may be our last set before the
yeah, this is the last set before top 8. Yeah, we just have to let the loser side catch back up then.
All right, and while we're doing that, we'll head over back to this screen, guys. Once again, we've gotten this far, you guys know, but remember, check into every round. Don't want you DQ'd by accident. I'm gonna say we're gonna take at least 5 minutes. Let me just decide how long we're breaking for.
Yeah, get a drink, do whatever you need while you have this break, stretch or something, walk around.
We're gonna do an 8-minute break, meaning back at should be 7:25. Light, if you need water or a restroom or anything, please feel free. We'll just have this timer on stream. I think it's been fun. All right. Hello, Raiders.
Hello,
Welcome
hello.
in, Semantic. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Semantic and friends.
All right, our break is over. We are good to go.
We're only waiting on one match in loser side, but otherwise, he should be good to go.
Yeah, well, we're starting with winners semis, so we don't got much to worry about. Our very own Moth Archmage, aka Rebecca the Sorceress, and my Giovanna teacher, actually, Smiles. I may be biased on this one, but she's gonna be up against White Me.
I have no clue how this matchup goes for Geo, honestly, but
I've been told that Geo should win. However, my small moth brain doesn't really comprehend how to fight Jacko. Slightly more confident in Archmage here. Like I said, she's a better Geo than I am.
well, if that,
Not
well,
to
if you're
put the
claiming-
pressure on. I think putting the pressure on might have been a jinx on my part, so apologies.
Well, look, Wipe is honestly a very strong Jacko from what we've seen of them.
Very strong
Like,
indeed.
And I feel like they might be able to pull something out in this as well.
All right, and my friends, you are ready to go whenever. I noticed both their avatars are rocking the purple hair, so this might be some team kill on the purple hair side of things.
I knew that they could not change society.
The purple-haired mafia. Well, we know what Archmage is rocking the purple Geo, so it sounds about right.
And if you see her Geo mod, it's actually really cool. She runs custom Geo mod. All right, but yeah, the Jacko pressure, we're gonna go through the wall. No hard knockdown.
No hard knockdown. They couldn't build the meter for that in time.
Tried to dash up throw, one of the threats Geo poses. And that's gonna be one round for Please Wipe Me.
Let's see here.
Going for the 5H round start.
Trades with whatever Wipe did.
Tick throw, and there you get Garudog Ogi. Can go for
Block.
your choice.
Holds the mix. Unfortunately, couldn't guess it there though. Looking to be ready to throw whenever.
Not enough meter for YRC or any other way to get out of the corner. There it is. Now we can play the game again.
Unfortunately, burst to get them back in the corner.
Yep, and we had that big 2D that everyone hates. Pop off the corner. Real patient there, avoiding the shield on the minions. Trying to keep the distance, but again, that Jacko 2D coming in clutch at the end there. One on the board for Wipe Me. Please Wipe Me.
Got outspaced by a Wipe. Just couldn't get it in far enough to hit them.
I will say, I feel like Geo struggles with the longer range, low hitting moves, because the game plan is almost always to dash in, hit something. Of course, getting preemptively hit by a low move like 2D, even 2K, makes our day bad. Jacko pressure beginning, burst her into the corner.
I mean, those 5Ks and 5Hs does pose a struggle to the minions as well, because they could just battering ran through all of them.
All right. Unfortunately, got hit. Yeah, I'm not blocking that either.
Unfortunately, Wipe does just have really strong pressure whenever they get it off. It seems to have very nice neutral as well. Getting the explosion off.
Unfortunately, this explosion hurts Jacko, and we get our big counter hit close slash. We're gonna go through with... Oh, we're gonna not quite get the mix, but Jacko had to use some resources there.
Oh my
Just
god.
trying to play defense, but getting caught out by the low. BRC into counter hit, Giovanna DP. Yeah, if you didn't have burst, you were dead there. Geo can actually carry you to the wall. And unfortunately,
Pressure.
can't burst after throw.
Mage is honestly struggling to figure out how to get by that pressure. But you know what? I have faith in our fellow Moth to pull something around.
I wouldn't counter out, but Please Wipe Me is just such an oppressive Jacko player.
It's like, look, you just gotta give them their 2 download games, you know? You gotta give them their download games, that now they have it.
It would make me so very happy to see it.
Now then, let's see, will Archmage find a counter? Oh, getting caught bursting, unfortunately.
Patience there.
Sending the minion right behind him, unfortunately it disappears before they can do much. Got the minion now and outspacing any attempt to get out of the corner.
And unfortunately, you've got a lot of risk going, and Jacko's got that minion install.
Fortunately, got pressing and it's the kill.
For a perfect round from Please Wipe Me.
My god, look at them go. Getting nice cross-ups, nice pressure, nice combos.
Alright. We do get some knockdown after this. We get to go for a little bit of mix.
Archmage finally getting their pressure started, unfortunately gets uninterrupted. Oh my god, the loop.
That loop threw me for a loop. I didn't know Jacko could do that 3 times. Good
Look,
Abare gets the burst.
Well, look, Wipe
double
has 100
shield.
meters. Wipe has 100 meters to work with here, though,
Yeah.
which I think is the kill.
It's game over.
Yeah, unfortunate for Archmage, but you know what? They still have a second life in the loser's side.
And indeed she does. And Please Wipe Me, just an actual demon this time around.
Yeah, they've been taking a lot of people out.
Again, it's just a combination of being such a clean player and then playing a character like Jacko, who a lot of people don't get a ton of experience fighting. That's
Yeah,
it.
like-
Well, absolutely not to downplay Please Wipe Me. Please Wipe Me is incredible on Jacko, but you get the added bonus of some people are not comfortable fighting that character.
But you know what? The next ones that are showing up should be E. Checking the bracket here. Actually, I can check Discord anyway. Should be Lion Luca.
And indeed it is. Gonna see, I think unless I missed one, our 3rd bout of Kisk on Kisk violence.
I think this is a repeat as well. I think we're just repeating what happened earlier, because I'm pretty sure Luca and Lai have already fought in the very first round of this bracket.
Surely not, because that would send one of them to losers.
Surely.
They've both been in winners.
I swear Lai has fought somewhat. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, it was Rax I'm thinking of for a Kisk.
That's what it is.
I was remembering that Lai fought a Kisk in the first round, and I was trying to remember who.
Like I said, our 3rd bout of Kisk on Kisk violence.
Got so many Kisk on Kisk violence tonight. Illyria looking like it's going to be in shambles after this.
Starting with man and wife matchup.
Let's see it getting Arrow out, getting some pressure started. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it up.
Ooh, the whiff grab. We get Dizzy Mix now, same side, into the take throw.
Oh, DP the catch out the fish. Oh, sudden overhead.
Oh, the 2P ice
God.
pressure! You've done this to yourself! I do believe Ride the Lightning is going to counter hit that, send you through the wall, hard knockdown, positive bonus.
My god, those 2Ps were crazy, honestly.
It's
That's such a...
not necessarily a boon for Dizzy's ice floor to be out.
It's a double-edged sword is what I think.
A double-edged Michael sword, if you will.
This like punch stagger pressure honestly is kind of crazy from Luca.
We get the left-right. Wings are here. Again, not necessarily for damage from Wings, but you are forcing a decision.
the fish delaying the hitbox for DP.
We almost blocked the mix, unfortunately, and Luca is not dropping these. Doesn't have it quite enough to close it out.
No way he runs up, grabs it, and that is indeed what Lai decides to do here.
Oh, we have the PRC though. We don't have to commit to the grab. Actually, not nearly as one-sided as we thought. Burst comes out because you need it. You're on last life. We
Oh my god,
have to burst there as well. All right, and the ice to catch the IAD or the jump in there.
God, they were going for faster and cancel wings as well. Getting the fish out to get something.
And this time we do block the left, right? Fooder arc gets blocked. You can punish Fooder arc if you block it standing, provided you don't have shock state. All right, we've got wings, and now we're playing patient and just waiting for them to pop, I think.
Lai tried to parry the projectile, but it was too slow.
Ooh,
Getting sticky
direct
out in
bomb
case of
whiffs.
Oh, 2S. Getting a nice combo in.
And now we get the crazy ice pressure here. Just continuously sliding towards. It's like a super Geo dash momentum carry. Good clean round from Lai to bring it 1-0.
Lai has been on that dizzy grind and has honestly been playing very well with him.
Ignore that I've just given Lai like -2 points on the scoreboard real quick. That was a mistake.
Unfortunately, that loss counts as 2. The loss of 2, the Kisuke's. Lai is indeed on that Kisuke hunt, though. My god. Throwing out the ice.
Again, you almost don't want to be dizzy in this situation with the ice coming towards you.
Yeah, like Luca's been using the ice against Lai a lot, but it still is such a good option for Lai to throw out, though. Unfortunately, they get punished for it a lot.
Abare there into the cross-up. Again, one of the most impressive things about Lai is the ability to just get Mix out of this character. Now, Mix doesn't matter when Kai is taking you through the wall, taking all of your health bar with it.
My god, going for the cheeky throw in there, unfortunately gets teched.
Good Abare from Luca right there. Super whiffs.
Oh,
that jumping button will finish the round.
Luca proven to have nice spacing between this. Despite fighting a zoner, he seemed to keep a comfortable distance between them.
We
oh
tried
my god!
to mash out of the corner there, but unfortunately Luca's so patient.
Unfortunately tried to burst out of the corner as well, but Luca not allowing it. Saying, this is your corner now, keep it, you stay here.
Really not letting that first game get them down. Luca coming in to tie it up 1-1.
Luca and Lai have both proven through this bracket that they are very strong players.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't underestimate either. This seems like it could be very even for that too.
And here's the swap to the other Kisk.
Now we're just missing one more Kisk.
We'll have to see if Luca has a pocket Unica.
They never expect a pocket Unica. Let's see it at the end. Sinki's getting some pressure started.
In the corner against Sin, you kind of want to keep them in the corner. Positive bonus is good.
Missing put at 6k though. Oh, they whiff the grab. Into a frame oh my god. Oh my god.
Who tried to mash there, but Luca's not having it.
Luca's honestly is really good at these 6Ps.
And using our safer buttons in pressure just to make sure you catch the backdash like Luca just did there.
My god. Getting some nice pressure started, ending it with shock state. Unfortunately, can't continue it further than that.
It's a big counter hit. Big counter hit in the air. Burst does come out, does connect.
Oh my god. I'm surprised that connected.
And
Not perfect, not the sweet spot, but you know what? It still is a hard knockdown.
It gets the job done.
Yeah. They do have full burst.
Ooh, nice PRC air throw there. The overhead will take the round.
Luca saving the burst for this round instead.
Definitely the mark of the wiser players, the ones who don't just lose burst for no reason.
Making sure that Lai can't get that wall break or any more pressure from there.
Unfortunately, that won't stop Lai. Lai's this time getting wall break. Again, I didn't see the screen freeze, so I do believe that was regular hit.
Yeah, that was regular hit. You'll know when it's sweet spot.
And Lai taking another round, wanting this to be at least 3-1.
They so far have just traded games between each other, like.
And
if there is the possibility Luca gets another game here and it's down to game 5.
I think that's actually a high probability here.
I wouldn't put it past Luca to suddenly pull something out here. Small technical difficulties. Nago.
Looks like there may have been a character switch.
There is a character switch. Lai is asking something in the Discord.
Lai requesting a stage switch. Understandable.
Yeah, to a better stage image. Just change it to Council of 3 and we'll be fine. Or one of the other ones.
Yeah, I forget all of the tournament legal ones, but Council of 3 is good, Lars Canyon's good, Happy Family also good.
Yeah, those are usually the 3. Now the Nago versus Sin Kisuke is honestly interesting. Okay, it's Happy Family then, it's gotta be.
Alright.
Let's see it. Never mind, that's not Happy Family at all.
Not quite.
You know, they're just gonna have to play it out, unfortunately. Counter hit gets caught mashing. Let's see, does Luca might have a Nago here.
Well, unfortunately, it just barely missed Blood Pop there. You can't afford to do a special if you don't land grab, so you do have enough. You have extra damage, but Lai also kind of knows your game plan at this point. That said, the extra damage is more than enough to shred you there.
Yeah. For all we know, Luca could just run away here.
That's gonna break the wall. Already positive bonus. Less than 6 seconds into the round.
Lai not letting Nago get it a lot off. Nago 3. Never mind, bite comes out.
Bite, though. No longer have to worry about blood popping.
Gets caught with 1 bar of blood, taking a little extra damage because of it.
Alright, the question is, when do we burst? When do we burst?
Not now
is the question. Do we burst at all? Just drop that there.
It seems the time to burst is not anytime soon right now, never mind.
And the big button will take Lai out. That is tying up the game. I will say that is not a Happy Family, and actually, New York, or whatever that map is called, is not necessarily the best performance-wise stage.
Oh, not really. We'll see what they say about this.
Looks like we're just going full steam ahead.
Yeah, they just go, we're gonna just continue then. A gentleman's agreement. Bite getting thrown out.
Up, DP, oh my God, going down.
Getting some nice pressure. Oh, Naga going for Beyblade. Roman cancels to continue pressure. Shizu.
There's a lot of blood here, so you gotta watch for the bite.
No one ever expects the bite or the Shizu from a distance to catch you mashing.
now Sin's happy here. We're going through the wall positive bonus. Doesn't even matter that you got 1 stamina when you've got all that tension.
Yeah, 50 meters honestly really nice, but if you get sent through the wall, you're never gonna have the chance to use it. I don't think the sent through the wall though. This might. Never mind.
Nah, none of those got big buttons.
I was just wondering if it was far enough to get some shenanigans in from that.
Deflect shield coming out, but you're right back up in the face. This is probably going to counter hit you, unfortunately.
Luckily, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it gets them 2 bars of blood back. It's a nice 2 bars of blood they could use for free.
Teching the throw, yeah, bursting there, or the round's over.
Oh my
Good
god, that's gonna be a lot.
Backdash here, that is big. Not only do you backdash, but we've got Ride That Lightning.
How far would the blood build up actually? Because they are currently in 3.
Not quite enough to pop, but again, you're 1 special away. With the air throw. Oh, we whiff our button on the ground.
Then Kisuke has a 50 meter to work with here. 6 Ps that now go out of the sky. Keep it in pressure.
There, you'll just need 1 more mix. Jab will do it.
Or just 1 more 6P. Or just 1 more 6P.
Tied up on game 5, round 3. It is anybody's game.
Both players have shown strong showings with these characters, honestly.
We used all our stamina for that wall break there. Let's see if it's worth it. I mean, of course it's worth it. It's positive bonus, and this is Strive.
Well, let's see if Lai can make use of that positive bonus. Unfortunately, she gets caught popping though.
Even more unfortunately, yeah. Bursting there. Here, you just got a FD, and your opponent is losing health. Unfortunately, you got hit.
And so that will be Luca's game.
All right, game and set.
Wins the set and moves on to winners finals, isn't it?
I believe so. That was winners semi. I guess we are going to losers.
Yeah, we're gonna head down to the loser sides. Enzog and loser first. At least assumedly that's gotta be yeah, Enzog and loser first.
Excellent, excellent.
Get off the stand, please. Please, Luca. Thank you.
Ooh. There is the last key.
There's the last K. There's the last Kisuke, finally. It was foretold from the very start that we would get all the Kisukes. I was honestly expecting Leo from loser, but you know what? They have a Unica then.
This is a little bit of a team kill in that both of these players are members of DXG. Loser repping both Moth and DXG, and Enzog repping DXG.
It could be anyone's game, honestly, because they probably have fought each other a good bit.
They have, however, Loser stopping by the chat to say that they do not have a Unica.
Oh, you might be. Well, we won't know if you're lying or not to us till we see it. But you know what? Let's see here. Round start bedmat. Enzog just backs up. Unfortunately, goes in suddenly E.
All right, we do a DP. Don't really get punished for the DP, but afterwards. Battle of the zoners, who are basically the rushdown zoners of the game.
I mean, Unica's more of a whip punish character anyway than a zoner, really.
Oh, not how I like to play her, which is jump, JD, 6H, PRC into the same thing. This corner carry combo goes all the way there. We had a little bit of a counter hit, 2P.
Loser throwing our buttons to see if they can catch anything. Unfortunately, Enzog keeping themselves in the air away from them.
And Bedman has the damage to end the round.
Maybe 5H could prove more effective in this one since it reaches so high up. Unfortunately, Bedman's got a lot of pressure started, and this is not the...
Unica went so high in the air, what the heck?
If your name is Loser, I would be terrified. Oh my god, but never mind. The DP saving them.
Unfortunately,
The DP
yeah, you have to deal with the chip damage from the Bedman projectiles. All right, a clean one on the board.
That DP might pay her taxes, but unfortunately, Egg Dog seems to be the IRS finding for tax fraud.
Enzog obviously very, very scary on the Bedman. Loser sticking with Unica.
It real?
I'm curious if this is just for funsies or if there's the last minute desperate switch to Leo.
I mean, if assumedly they've been playing Unica this whole bracket, they've gotten very far with her.
If that's the case, yeah.
Like, we have not been able to see Loser this whole bracket, so let's see it. Keep in mind, whoever wins this set gets to move on, and the other will get knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, we are in loser side now, so the stakes are a little bit higher than they have been.
Enzog getting some zoning up, catching everything Loser's trying to do, but he finds that gap in the middle. Getting some pressure started, but Enzog backs up.
Trying to make use of some of Unica's bigger buttons, but she is relatively slow, has relatively stubby buttons.
Yeah, unfortunately, Unica getting caught out by the zoner. Unica's weakness of not being able to approach as fast as other characters. Getting exploited by Enzog.
Okay, the first DP was ambitious. The second DP was unique.
like Unica.
Yeah, and here's a DP that actually does your dishes. Unfortunately, we don't get the little stun daughter there. Have to RC to make that safe, and DP. God. Now Unica has the meter. She can carry you to the wall if she wants to, and it looks like Loser does want to.
5D to break the wall to get some damage in. Unfortunately, gets counter-poked by Enzog. Enzog going back. Wanted to go back through the wall, maybe. Never mind. Loser's denying there. And unfortunately, this kills here.
Yes,
slams him back into the ground.
All right.
Bringing it 2-0 for Enzog.
And I guess here's where we see the moment of truth. Do we stick with Unica all the way through to the bitter end?
Or do we make the switch to Leo Whitefang?
It could go either way, and I respect either decision.
We might be making the switch to Leo Whitefang to try to see if we can pull something back.
I think we see the switch to Abba. No, the switch to Sin Keys. Okay, nobody's winning these guessing games.
We're keeping the Kisuke theme going for this bracket. Like, my god, we've had so many sets with the Kisuke involved. Like, I'm honestly surprised that we're getting this many.
Certainly. Well, some of the Kisuke's do well in tournaments, so that's no surprise.
Yeah. It's like Sin Kisuke is a very solid character, honestly.
And you still retain that option for DP to get out of pressure. That said, Enzog starting off strong. We get the big bed explosion. Part knockdown, part of the bonus.
Getting the big bang to get through the wall. Unfortunately, Loser gets their way out of their pressure, weaseling through. See if they can find a gap in their zoning. Unfortunately, gets caught out approaching.
And the air buttons are enough to finish you off.
Gotta watch for that Bedman, and because this Bedman and is indeed counter poking you.
All right, a little bit of neutral. Waiting for the bomb before we make our move. Excellent play from Loser there. You do get a little bit of time.
Loser looking for a chance to open them up, but ends up not letting them. But waiting for the chain explosion to go off as Loser now has a bar of stamina and full burst. Loser gonna have to make the decision. Will they burst? Will they not?
You definitely don't want to die here without it. Or die here with burst on the table still, is what I meant to say.
For all we know, they could use Wild Assault.
Tremendous defensive performance from Enzog there. Yeah, you gotta choose when to burst wisely or when to RTL.
Disappointing.
I was
a great
so
disappointment.
totally convinced it was gonna hit there. I was so excited, but an incredibly impressive performance from Enzog here.
Yeah, can't count the eggs too early because that Ride the Lightning unfortunately got blocked.
Yeah, I was hoping. I was on your side, loser. I promise.
Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you ask, Enzog gets to move on to win to the next round of losers.
Indeed, indeed. Stellar performance from loser as well. Especially, I don't know if you were sticking with Unica or if you were just switching it up throughout the tournament. Either way, you made it all the way here to top 8.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're on to Girth, Chan, and Sen. Gonna be Johnny Potemkin.
I've heard many a fable about this matchup being Johnny favored, so...
I have as well.
I mean, Johnny has such long normals to catch like things like Hammerfall and break the armor with like a Far Slash and Mistfinder.
Pad broke mid-game too, so you can't do charges consistently, so you just pulled out the random. Oh no!
That is honestly tragic.
One unfortunate, two impressive that with a broken pad, you got this far.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how the hell you got this far with a broken pad, but you know what? Fair play.
All right, gonna wait on.
And they call you the funny guy, huh? All right, funny guy. Now then, just wait on Sen real quick, but you know what? It's probably not going to take long.
Shouldn't take long, yeah.
Hey, you know what? This will be. Sen's a very strong player. Like I was fighting Sen earlier, and like their Johnny's scary. I was not able to take more than one round off him, honestly.
I think it was last MOTHPIT, but yeah, when Sen was fighting, she was doing really well.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, let me get these names on the board.
Let's see. We've got Sen's Johnny and Girth Chan's Potemkin.
Man. Duel 1.
Look, we had a very strong showing from Girth Chan when they showed up on stream, so
But we
maybe
got
they can
an
continue.
immediate start using Wild Assault to try and get that wall break, bursting to not.
Popping over to Cargo.
TK
Johnny getting
Mistfinder
pressure.
will do it.
Sen keeping pressure up, though. Being a very threatening player with their throw loops. He's treating this like this is Street Fighter.
Oh man. Unfortunately, you whiffed once. You are now against Potemkin in the corner. But even that is not enough to phase Sen, just belting out the 2Ps.
Sen sitting there stoic.
Unfazed.
Oh, Girth Chan and getting the nice counter hits though in. Getting Garuda pressure started. Unfortunately, Sen catches them with the Far Slash, but doesn't get out of the corner yet.
That is a bad Garuda to get hit by.
Oh, nice grab though.
Yeah,
Mr.
definitely.
Buster.
Again, you can say Johnny's good against Pot, but no character wants to be grabbed by Pot.
No matter the matchup chart, you could simply just win better. And Girth Chan could prove to the matchup chart wrong.
Ooh, but let's see. We've got the high
Thinking-
lows. We're also maintaining a really good spacing. I can tell Sen has fought her fair share of Potemkins.
Yeah, she's honestly keeping Girth on their toes. My god, the Girth is going through the wall again. Wow, this all gets caught out though. Unfortunately, they get backdash for Sen to take the turn back to kill.
Very good play. Not super obvious one way or the other yet, which is exactly what you want to see in top 8.
As all. Now then, let's see it. So, what's the score currently? It's now 1-0 for Sen.
Yes, indeed.
Can she keep this like dominating momentum that she started with?
Well, the scary thing is, I don't even know that it was that dominating. We took it to round 3, and yeah, Potemkin will struggle against Johnny's longer buttons, but that's not to say it's an impossible matchup.
You would be correct there, because Girth has shown that they know how to weave through that Johnny pressure, where they could find their way out, where they could take their turn. Girth thinking of something anyway.
I don't know if we've got, certainly not a character swap, I wouldn't imagine, but maybe a color change, maybe just a breather even.
Yeah, we never know. But you know, they're back on the podium whenever they're ready. Let's see it. Technical difficulties, maybe, we'll see. Oh, Sen has to do something real quick, so BRB.
Ah, I see. Let's see, I'll just take a peek at the rest of winner's side, I suppose. Looks like we're gonna go through... Probably after Girth and Sen, we'll see the Jacko versus Kai with Please Wipe Me and Luca.
I mean, you're the one that makes this call. What do you want to see?
Well, actually, the person who makes that call is our wonderful head TO, Lockie.
You know, that's also true. Lockie's honestly been doing a lot of work for our bracket. So
What's up, Sneaky Squid? We do have a Jacko, and if it excites you, she's been dominating the bracket, it would seem.
Yeah,
I'm trying
Wipe
to
is honestly...
think. I'm looking back through the bracket. Did Please Wipe Me lose games yet? 3-0.
I think they have.
The most they've lost is 1. It looks like there were a couple sets where Wipe Me went 3-1. Other than that, it's been pretty decisive victories for
Yeah, Wipe has honestly been
Jacko.
having pretty dominating victories so far, with only some trips in the path. But currently, we're just waiting on Sen to come back from whatever they're doing.
Yes,
And both
indeed.
players out. At least a fellow Jacko player for you, Squid. Then I'm unfortunately left without any players in this bracket. Damn.
Yeah, well, there could have been players previously, but they might be out already, unfortunately. We didn't have the good old Gap Tour, we didn't have Oddity, we didn't have Detour this time.
It just happened to be the week that I had to commentate. No. But you know, it's all right.
There's always next time.
And we're honestly having a fun practice. Like, we've got some great showings from everyone's gotten into top 8. We've got who is left in top 8 then? We've got Wipe, we've got Luca, we've got Lai, we've got Enzog, we've got Archmage, we've got Girthchan, and we've got Sen.
Definitely excited to watch every single one of these.
I honestly want to see that Lai Enzog match.
While we're here, sometimes we've got some DXG people commentating with us. We don't this week, so I'm just going to advertise real quick before we get in. DXG is hosting Bracket this Saturday. Check it out. If there's someone from DXG, feel free to link that in the Twitch chat at some point. I'll ask again at the end, but it looks like we're back. So let's see.
back to the games. Hopefully they're both ready. With Sen already proven that she is well and truly ready for all these shenanigans.
Teching the throw.
Blocking the hammer fall as well. Looking for her gaps in Girth's neutral.
Again. Oh, PRC for a little slowdown there. The strike throw from Sen is doing wonders.
Yeah, Sen honestly has been opening up Girth like it can.
And you're also exploiting the fact that you do have far superior range as Johnny against this character. You're just one mix away and you've got it.
Can't count Girth out yet though. They have proven that they can take games off Sen and put them in the back foot.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it is Potemkin.
It is Potemkin. He can run away with a game whenever.
One of the
right now.
most adept thieves in Guilty Gear, known to rob rounds out from under your nose if you let him.
There's the Potemkin Buster to steal in this round.
Point proven. That was a perfect, by the way. The Sen is not clear, not out of the woods yet.
Girth just proven that they didn't just get to top 8 by accident.
Alright, burst off the table. Sen's got enough for deflection, wild assault, whatever she wants to do with it.
Girth though looking for a chance to get out of this pressure. I thought that was a heavenly for a second, honestly.
Ooh, that might have been nice to see. Unfortunately, just catching out Potemkin. Gonna go through the wall with Joker Trick for the hard knockdown.
Let's see, can they find a way out of this? Because this is a tricky situation to be in.
Ooh, confirmed the Heavenly.
Look, we've got our quota for Heavenly Busters now for the tournament. And hopefully you Potemkin players are happy with this.
And yeah, like, you can have as good a matchup as you want against Potemkin. Potemkin is a cat burglar, a thief, a scoundrel, and a rogue. We'll rob that round from you.
Honestly, you'll never know what a Potemkin's going to throw out randomly, and you never know when the Buster will come out.
For sure. That's the guessing game. That's the gamble with your life on the line that you have to make when you're fighting this character. Tied up, so let's see who squeaks ahead after this game.
Yes, Sen might have lost a little bit of momentum now from this. But he gained it very early.
Third Garuda.
Oh, couldn't backdash out of the forest lap.
The backdash, unfortunately, running into 5k loops. Into the PRC Buster. That's the old grappler special.
Oh, couldn't react fast enough.
What you have to be scared of here is not letting yourself be rocked by the fact that Potemkin can do that.
Yeah. Sen just has to keep a cool head. We'll look for the whiff punishes and find a way to get their pressure started, because they have proven that she has proven that she has very strong offense when she gets it going.
Nice backdash, punishing that. The red Roman cancel doesn't quite land, but we do get a throw, reset that pressure.
Was looking for the burst there while they were at it.
Ooh, oh my god. Air throw there, that might have been JD perhaps.
Oh my god, that's a crazy throw out of it. Oh, wait,
ooh,
Buster.
And we match Buster.
As
and
we
with
said,
meter, that might be enough.
As we said, Potemkin could just suddenly rob a game like that. Like, Sen was on their offense, but they left a 5-frame gap in their pressures. Potemkin decided that's my chance.
When Potemkin gets an inch, you know he's taking a mile.
Yeah, despite how slow he might seem, he can move. He could take it, whatever you give him to go far.
All right, looks like we're 1-2. Again, biggest thing is, can you keep a cool head while fighting Potemkin?
Yeah, because Potemkin can easily get in your head with these grabs.
We're starting off strong. The question is, do we get burst out of this? Or are we just gonna sit and hold it?
Try to grab out of it, though. Gonna hold the burst.
Love seeing this offense from Sen.
Sen honestly like the strike throw wizard.
Ooh, okay, it was the bit. We did J names. Let's go Jeremy. Alright, Light, you get the next J name when that super comes up.
Alright.
I'm stealing your bit, loser. I'm sorry. Good round.
Sorry, loser. We're lovingly stealing it. Oh, but unfortunately...
I think it might just be a DXG bit as well. I think I've heard Dank do it.
Well, look, we're lovingly stealing it. As Deal comes out, I'll just set the card on the floor. Unfortunately, the card misses.
Ooh, taking the throw this time. Girth Chan coming out of the corner.
Girth Chan gives a left-right mix there. Joker trick. The king is in, but the Joker is the one that stays on top.
Both players with positive bonus.
One of them with 100 meter.
Here's the loops. Now you've got meter. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, Potemkin can easily take away most of your life if you let him. Let's see, can Sen find her gap?
Ooh, the backdash just enough to get out of that hit.
No one
Armoring
ever
through. Missed the 5k pickup there. Sen, on the other hand, is taking things clean to the outside. All right, this is you.
Okay, Jessica, let's go.
Jessica, let's go. All right, how are we gonna open up this Potemkin? Are we gonna go for throw? We're going for the overhead.
Stun and miss and making it look like it was going to be a throw attempt. Cross up, but gets now themselves stuck in the corner.
You just need to guess correctly once.
The Garuda miss though doesn't get them.
And we backdash the Pop Buster to tie it up 2-2.
Despite what I was saying earlier about this being a bad matchup for Potemkin, Girth Chan has been keeping it pretty even.
Absolutely. Girth Chan, of course, one of the scarier Potemkins you'll ever fight in Tower. Or in brackets.
Honestly, Sen is shown that that she has very strong offense and very good neutral.
Both players honestly deserving of the win, but they can't both win, so let's see. Game 5.
Only one can continue here. One will fall through and one will get to continue. Bursting out to not continue that pressure. 6k catching him in the air. Oh, the grab attempt unfortunately gets caught out by TK Mistfinder for a wall break.
All right, and what's our options here? Potemkin starting the Garuda offense into the throw. You don't want to be here.
That was going to be a wall stick if they didn't burst.
We've got big counter hits. Another Joker trick here.
King is back, but the Joker still stays on top.
The overhead, not quite picking it up. Doesn't matter. We've got overhead into RC confirm.
I see people are rooting for Girth Chan in the chat, so...
I also see people rooting for Sen, though. It's a split audience.
Everyone... This is a dividing match, so...
Now, are we going to end it here, or are we going to go round 3? We might be going round 3. Not enough to kill, I don't think, but Heavenly Buster is out.
This is a lot of damage, though, and it's going to give Sen a huge hill to climb. But Sen has proven that they are quite the hiker.
He's coming around with another Joker trick.
The King is back, but the Joker stays on top. Burst through the card.
Ugh. And we are taking it down to the wire. Round 3.
Sendo has more burst, though. Ooh.
A slight advantage. Ooh, especially if you can get that backdash into the counter hit punish. We had mix and we have throw as well in the mix.
We have both high, low, and strike throw. Which will it be? No one knows.
All right, looking good, but keep in mind, Potemkin is the robber, the thief supreme.
Right on cue. Girth Chan did get their offense started, but this might just be it.
All right, this is the good old Jorge.
hell yeah. Not enough to kill yet, but the offense is strong.
Both bursts on the table now. Positive bonus, gold burst out from Girth Chen, but Sen just able to squeak out a win. Excellent showing, guys.
That was honestly my favorite set of the tournament so far.
That was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe I'm cheering for Johnny. Oh, Warlord, there's a first for everything. It's like, honestly, even if the Girth Chan might be dropped out of the tournament now, they still gave a good showing for us.
No, that was amazing. Sen, obviously, a bit excited about that win. I would be too, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would be excited after a set like that. Now, then, what are the TOs deciding? Who are we sending in next?
We're going right over to. We had someone excited about Jacko. We've got Please Wipe Me and Luca Viacar.
Hopefully the Jacko.
Viacar. I'm butchering a pronunciation.
We've got the Jacko back in the stand then, but if Luca continues with not Luca, we've seen them pull out a Nago and we've seen them pull out a Kai mostly. So honestly, it could be an interesting game we have here.
Certainly, certainly.
Are you ready then, Moth?
I am ready.
Alright then, whenever the competitors are ready, step up on the stand and we shall see how you do.
We should have the overlay all set up. It is at your leisure, guys.
Whenever you are ready, step up to the stand and we shall commence the gearing.
A lot of love for Jacko, and I understand it. She is not super represented. Obviously, you've got Nitroni plays Jacko at a top level, but a lot of brackets you don't really see her.
Well, look, Wipe has been our Jacko warrior for the tournament, so showing that Jacko can indeed get performance. Now then, they do have to fight Luca, though, who has shown a very strong lead in that bracket. But Wipe is a favorite from this one from the audience.
Starting off with some really good pressure, just almost cracked open. Kai needed the burst to get out of there.
Unfortunately, gets caught by the blue wild assault, getting caught also by the grab.
The modus operandi for Please Wipe Me has been go fast and never stop.
Yeah, just overwhelm your opponent is their game. If I don't know what I'm doing, they don't know what I'm doing.
Now that said, Kai does a deceptively large amount of damage. We're gonna go through with positive bonus, starting with 50 meter.
And elected to not break the wall with a super either.
Kai said, screw your minions. Unfortunately, the run-up throw will take the round for Wipe Me.
Let's see it then. Oh, it gets caught pressing in neutral as Jacko now has the offense going. And Luca looking for a chance to hit one of the minions. Gets bonked on the head by the minion.
Oh,
gets
and
the burst blocked.
Just the patience to block that burst.
Despite how many things Wipe is throwing out, they still have time to bait a burst.
All right, a little bit more patience before you can run up and start getting some strike throw going. Does this carry all the way? It does.
Luca's getting caught in a lot of the blender, honestly, but I have faith that Luca could pull this back easily.
No, it is way too early to call it here, but we do see the signature Real aggressive and dominating style coming from Wipe Me.
Yeah, honestly, Wipe has been running away with so many of these games, catching so many E-whiffed buttons in neutral. And getting so many counter hits. But Luca slipping through the pressure to get their own started. Unfortunately, Wipe is on the offense yet again. Looking for a way. Looking for a way to crack him open.
Oh, but we make that grab safe and take back our turn. Let's see what Luca's got up their sleeve.
Gonna reset it back into neutral, but then straight back into offense. Looking for a chance to crack him open themselves.
And we get our turn back. Great defensive play too from Please Wipe Me.
It's like, honestly,
YRC, get the minions out of here.
Honestly, Wipe has shown great defense and great offense.
Now that said, Kai strike throw is strong. We got one round on the board for Luca.
Luca does indeed have very strong strike throw with themselves. Looking to see if they could 6P the minion, but getting caught out. And now stuck in the corner, looking for a chance to get out.
Unfortunately, getting 2D. Oh, but we backdash the grab, and now it is our turn. Big counter hits, and like I said, Kai's damage is deceptively large.
Wipe got caught grabbing themselves on defense.
And there's Luca's turn to bait something.
With the newly fixed YRC, they were able to jab check it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That might not have happened 2 days ago.
But stun difference past the minions, simply hitting too low to the ground to go under. Playing the neutral out for an extended period of time before they get into pressure and throw him out. Look, both players have
nice jab out of the air.
Both players have proven that that they do understand each other's pressure. They do understand each other's neutral.
That's the special that I saw earlier that surprised me. That looks so cool.
Let's see it, and Wipe, gets bursted away.
Well, we're getting hit by that big. Unfortunately, we don't pick anything up off of that, but just eating a heavy fireball.
Yes, Wipe tried to pull out a minion, but can't block when you're holding something in your hands. Hands too full to block whatever's coming.
No hard knockdown, but we're running on 50 meter, and Jacko's basically one hit. Tried to burst bait.
Tried to burst bait, but couldn't get it just right.
And does this Jacko Buster confirm? Jacko Buster! Yes,
Not
indeed.
Quite, but they have 50 meter to work with.
And BRC 6P to put one on the board, tying it up.
Yeah, Luca making sure that they are on the board to get this set win.
Now, actually, if Luca wins one more game, even if he doesn't take the set, it will be the single greatest performance against Please Wipe Me yet. Please Wipe Me never losing more than one game the rest of the entire bracket.
Or Wipe Me could continue their streak of not losing more than one game. But honestly, that's going to prove very difficult in this. Let's see if Wipe is getting pressure start, setting the minion down, burst baits. Sets the minion off to the side, throwing them.
Just
honestly,
keeping the
Wipe
strike throw so tight.
Wipe has honestly got really good resource management as well of that minion gauge.
Now you're playing on Kai's terms. When you have shock state, Kai gets to do some scary things.
Now they do have 50 meter to work with, so they could YRC again. But it seems
big counter hits and then direct clot.
Well, now let's see it. What's the round start this time? Back up, far slash, yeah. getting caught in the Jacko sandwich between a minion. But of course, escapes and now gets their pressure started. Scum Dipper. Scum Dipper to get themselves in the corner.
Getting all these big hits, maybe trying to bait burst there, I'm not quite sure.
I think they could have comboed if they didn't run because they're probably baiting burst there.
Ooh, the deflect shield almost working out.
Wipe It is keeping the pressure tight though.
The RC lets Wipe Me get that last few hits in.
Wipe is honestly keeping the pressure really tight and overwhelming the opponents as much as they can. Looks like that was a missed JD. Now getting them stuck in the corner. Looking for a way out. Unfortunately,
Ooh.
Luca...
Enough
Luca's
time
not
to
making
block
it.
that.
My god. Looking for a chance to set the minions in. Comboing almost across the whole screen. Getting it in the corner. That's a 5D.
Yeah, that tap dust plus the meter to make us go through the wall positive bonus. Both players relatively equal. I will say Lucas still has burst on the table, whether you want to use that for defensive plays or as wild assault to carry more.
Now Wipe does have 100 meter, but soon Luca will have 50 meter himself. It's not going to take very long until they have their 50 meter.
They're quite even, only there's burst, and the bait does go through. Luca pulling it out. 2-1 now.
Luca now being the first one to actually take 2 games off Wipe.
That said, it's certainly not over now. Please Wipe Me is a great player, and I think just needs.
That game was honestly down to the last hit, so it could have gone anywhere.
No, yeah. Just needs a couple gaps to exploit.
It still is anyone's game, like... But Luca is on set points, so all they need to do is take 2 more lives off this Jacko. Getting the pressure started with Shock State, but Wipe finding a gap. Let's see it. Will it set the minion down? Gets 5p though. Trying to clap their way through.
We get H Fireball Oki, and then off of this we had a pretty good combo going, forcing the burst out. Stun Dipper low profiling the shielded minion in the mid-air.
Unfortunately, that minion was just too high to get hit by it. Let's see it.
We got hit by the minion pressure, and now Jacko starts her carry combo.
Yeah, the Jacko sandwich is a very strong thing of Jacko pressure, so...
Burst out from both players, understandably so. You do want to be careful not to get hit by a projectile while holding a minion. And now he might just play the zoning game. There it
Let's
is.
see it.
Attacking from across the stage.
That minion did not want to go and had Luca on the back foot as now we're back in the Jacko pressure. The blender continues as it continues to whirl. The sudden throw that to open up Luca looking for a chance, but it continuously getting thrown.
And now you have
Struggling
the
to
meter
play.
for mix as well. There's the tap dust into the mix, into the wall break. Actually going for a minion setup of some sorts.
Oh, I don't know if you're having a little bit of connection, but you know, it's all right.
And Jacko will win the round there. I don't... It may be connection on your issue, on your side, considering EU.
Yeah, it's just my side, don't worry.
Alright, well, please Wipe Me got away with another game there, bringing it to game 5.
Now then, let's see. Wipe has gotten momentum back, but Luca also has some momentum still within him.
Alright. Starts off Jacko's turn. We bait the burst already. Alright, you gotta feel good about that if your name is Please Wipe Me.
Look, Wipe is not looking to let this pressure end ever. They're looking to keep it as long as they can, because they know that Luca's gonna get impatient at some point like that.
All right, keeping up the pressure and handling the resources, but Kai sees a gap and takes it.
Unfortunately, drops the combo after. But still gets the pressure going. Back into neutral, back into pressure. Gets thrown back into Jacko pressure, though.
Oh, no. Not getting hit by YRC there.
White proven to be a very good at baiting out their options. Let's see.
Yeah, that's left-right mix, and when she's got minions out, she's got extra follow-ups off of it. Good counter hits here. Does Luca take this? Takes it into a throw. Guess what's the mix?
There is no mix because they got YRC'd away, but they stun dipper under the minion.
And the dire Ekla into the hard knockdown with the laser sword, or whatever you will call that.
My god, they get the throw to close this round out.
Stellar performance, and again, taking it to the last round of last game.
Look, it still is anyone's game. We don't know who could win this in the end. Because both players have proven very strong. Now, Wipe is going for a lot of burst space now, but it might not be wise at this point.
No, well, we get YRC. It does connect, unfortunately. Okay, we have to get rid of burst, because that would pick up. We're also gonna see... No, we can't burst, we got wall stuck, and that will be a victory for Jacko.
Now then Wipe gets to stay within the bracket, gets to move on to grand finals.
Yeah, I believe that is White Me securing a second place victory at the very least.
It still isn't over for Luca though. They could get their run back in losers finals and try to go for the run back. It seems like it's going to be Lion Enzog next then. This is honestly the one I've been excited to see.
Oh yeah, and Li's pulling out the Soul Bad Guy. Wondering if that's a counter pick to Bedman or just really feeling that compared to maybe Sin.
Well, I guess whenever yous are ready then, right?
Alright.
Let's see it, and whenever yous are ready. Here we go. Oh, Soul Bad Guy versus Bedman, and with the people piloted, them being Live from Moth and Enzog from DXG. A little bit of the battle of the orgs here, I guess.
Mankind knew that
Just a little bit.
society.
But you know, Moth and DXG have a lot in common, have a close connection anyway, so. But you know what, Lie getting the pressure started. Soul Bad Guy. Getting all of the Soul Bad Guy pressure, getting those plus frames and all. Minus, becoming minus and being forced into the corner.
Yeah,
DP's their way out.
Certainly don't want to be in the corner against Bedman for very long.
My understanding is did DP out, but now they're back in the corner. Seeing if they can find a way out. DP's again.
Now we're trying to bring back the offense to our side, going through the air, swoosh. Vortex for the wall break.
They're going to save the meter for whatever they want after this. Gunfoot aimed the zone a little, but Bedman's just got the projectiles to do this.
Ooh, we whipped, so we got punished there off of Bandit Bringer, but we get Wild Throw.
Only plus 15 though is the thing I found out recently.
Only plus 15, says Fafnir, just trapping there to end the round.
God damn. My starting off with oppressive offense though and oppressive neutral. Not giving Enzog a moment to breathe. Look, I could never play Soul Bad Guy because I would be using Ignite Raid too much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Enzog looking to open him up, but it gets DP'd away.
Alright, we've got the mix off of canceling Bandit Revolver. Here's the strike throw that Lai is so fond of on Soul.
Just fond of in general, honestly. Lai plays really well with a strike when he's given a strike throw character.
Taking Enzog down to a sliver of health. Let's see how the bed gets out of this. If he does, big counter hits.
Gets a 6P's the DP.
You have to be careful because one DP that hits, you're dead.
Just one incorrect guess here. Suddenly teleports to the ground, was waiting for something, but nothing came. Zones a little bit, goes in, but gets DP'd away. As you were saying, it's take one.
It's a lot easier to convince yourself to DP when you know what wins the round.
My god, though. Enzog and Lai keeping it close, though. But Lai has put themselves on the board. Enzog looked to get themselves on the board themselves. Let's see it. It's time for game 2.
I will say, for as strong as Lai is on offense, Bedman, and more specifically Enzog, is probably almost equally as strong. Getting punished for the DP puts Bedman squarely in the lead to begin with.
Wild throw.
Kind of evened it back up.
Bar slash to catch them out. Gets bursted away. Looking to find a way in.
Dealing with projectiles. Speaking of finding a way in, we get there.
Good old low profiles. Never fails me.
A lot of health missing from the bed.
Look, this bed does indeed have no guts, that they have nothing to help them here.
Ooh, we go for a throw after the DP. Now
We're
you're
gonna get
in the corner.
They do have another error coming up here. They sent 5D while they couldn't see anything.
Big hit.
Ends up literally smoke screening their offense.
But we have mixed. Does the burst come out? Not quite. Ooh.
The slowest bandit bringing 11.
Bad for Lai. Enzog pulling it out.
That was the slowest bandit bringer you could ever see. DP to catch them out of the air like this is Street Fighter.
Stay in the corner, says Lai.
Enzog's not going to make it easy, though. Enzog has found their way out, getting some pressure started. Unfortunately,
right, RC, the revolver. We've got our funny little dust loops.
Unfortunately, gets backdashed though for the wild throw this time.
A little bit of a back throw incident there. We went for the throw, but we had RC to make it safe. Can I ask Lai, can you hold the mix?
Lai saying, no, I will not hold the mix. I'll DP away.
That is the third option. Speaking of mixed, here's a 5D. 5D is deceptively hard to even see against this character because of how much stuff is happening.
Yeah, honestly, Bedman smoke screens a lot of their pressure. Here's another throw. This is going to be for game.
All right, obviously another close set in the works.
Enzog has indeed put themselves on the board for this. Can't count Enzog out yet, or Lai either. We're going to have to see how both players adapt to this. Let's see, we've got support for Enzog, we've got support for Lai.
I like both of these players. I couldn't pick a side if you asked me to.
I've not fought Enzog myself, but they're looking really fun.
I guess I should pick Lai, because Moth, you know.
Well, look, we don't need to pull out biases here, don't worry.
Duel 1.
Enzog taken to the sky. Lai trying to follow after him, but Enzog unfortunately denying it.
Strong start, forcing Lai to use some meter to FD.
Unfortunately gets grabbed out from their bandit bringer.
Ooh, clashes with the DP. Not much comes from it, but we reset back to neutral.
I mean, it means that you're not getting your DP punished this time.
At the very least, you're very correct.
Get pressure started. Let's see. Lai trying to punch him out of there. 6P.
Big counter hit into an RC. Dropped the combo at the very end.
No, it seems like it was intentional to do the throw there.
Ooh.
Catching him out with a close slash, though. Let's see it. Bandit Bringer. Both players have 50-meter.
Blocking the slow overhead that, you know, I can't block because it's not orange. Air throw to win the round.
Let's see it. Soulbag is indeed beating up Strive's previous villain.
That's right. Man.
Let's see it. Lai is now back on the defensive. Uses 2D to low profile. They're going to find a way out. Unfortunately, Enzog grab. Enzog grabs their way out of it. They're looking to continue the pressure, which they do indeed, and they have the meter to make that safe. Jaya is my beloved.
All right, now if you're Lai, you got to find a way out of the corner. After the bomb is a great time.
Find a revolver to just skip forward.
Chasing the backdash. What do we get from it? We get damage, we get wall break.
Honestly, Lai is now evened out the
Good old close slash. Nothing beats that.
Nothing beats far slash.
And 6S to take the round.
Lai keeping Enzog on their toes. I've heard many a story about Enzog and how good they are, but Lai just might pull this back. You know what brackets you are, right? You might be rooting towards Lai, you might be biased towards Lai, but Enzog has such an entertaining bedman.
It's just, you really don't often get to see high-level bedman, and when you do, it's a treat.
Yeah. It is a treat unless you're fighting them.
It's so true. I only say that, though, because I can't block the slow overhead.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I can't block that either. Both grandpas in this. But you know what? Lai starting off with Fire Slash.
Keeping our distance as bedman.
Yeah, Lai looking to keep the spacing so that Enzog can't catch them out with the JH to now get the wall break. Positive bonus. Enzog is going to get the pressure started. It's going to turn the heat up as we get some errors going. Unfortunately, Night Raid. Heavy Volcanic Viper.
Going for our good old strike throw. Are you throwing? Are you striking? Wins the next throw? All of these things you got to think about.
Hello, Fire Slash. Nothing beats that. And good old wild throw.
You do have wild throw. You do have a command grab in your arsenal.
DP to get themselves out of there, and so the arrow doesn't work. Wild throw gets backdash though. As Enzog goes ahead to try to get pressure started, Lai gets caught. DP gets punished. Straight into the stratosphere.
Enzog was ready for it.
The sleepy
even ends with bed install. Gonna be powered up.
You've got the sleepy install as the nuclear bomb goes off. For the sleepy install, we just couldn't do enough as Lai is now getting the pressure. Miss input.
That said, you've got all your meter that you want in the world. Lai obviously saving burst for next round. No need to waste it.
Unfortunately, Lai wasn't able to use that meter though. Trying to see if they can get something started here.
Obviously, the pressure's on Lai. Or the pressure's rather on Enzog.
Yeah, Enzog is currently down a game, so they need to somehow pull this through or else Lai is going to win the set. But Enzog is going in to prove that they aren't here for no reason.
Alright, the call comes out.
Getting their 2K2Ds, getting pressure in, getting errors off. Head bomb gets jumped away. Bandit Bringer getting pressure started. Strike throw. Throw gets teched though this time.
We gambled on Volcanic Viper and Enzog is running with it.
Unfortunately, get I-beat FD'd away. But Enzog's gonna say, no, you're staying right here in my arms.
Oh, the Beyblade to pull you back over to the other side, and we're blocking that to take this to another game 5 in top 8.
that was honestly a crazy combo. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't expect the like back hit Beyblade vacuuming Soul back to the right side of the screen. I don't know if my eyes deceived me or if that's what actually happened. That was
like,
incredibly nice.
I got hit by a 6P in there, and then Enzog did the Beyblade forward, and the Beyblade just pulled him towards the corner, dragging him back into the corner like he's dragging him back to hell. Now then, let's see it. Can Lai gain the momentum back, or will Enzog use this newfound momentum to win?
Well, last round, Lai didn't need to win. Enzog did need to win. I don't know.
Enzog.
The pressure's on, that's for sure.
The pressure is mounting as now we're in game 5. 6P out of the air. 6 is catching him out. Shimmies.
Already got the burst.
Stalled himself in the air, but 6P again.
Do we take this all the way? Okay, there's a little bit of a pressure reset. Throw, what's the mix?
Wild throw, but it unfortunately whiffed.
All right, we've gone through our meter, and Bedman's turn. No, we're bursting for that.
Let's see it. Enzog's got the pressure started, but Lai's finding a gap in it. Lai then taking the round.
Now the pressure's on Enzog.
Enzog does have more burst, though. They have the burst advantage. As Lai is taking to the skies, threatening to Bandit bring her down at any moment. Lai catching the with 2D and wild throwing back over there. Lai threatening to at any point to suddenly dive down for the Bedman.
Picking that up with a call projectile.
Head bomb. Unfortunately, Lai jumped to the 5. He's not going to work. Head bomb again.
Going under the bomb.
Sudden Kara gun flame.
Tried to mash there.
Let's see it. What's the pressure?
BRC overhead. We're blocking that. An incredible defensive performance from Enzog. Got grabbed there.
Unfortunately, no one's immune to the grab or the 5D. But Enzog bursting him away to try to get some momentum back, and it's going on to see if this grab will help him in that.
We're putting you in mix. You're getting dangerously close to being killed by a DP, though. I think it's a little more chip damage, and you can't afford to guess wrong on those.
Bandit bringer, but unfortunately gets caught by the air. 6P back to the ground. Can Enzog closes it out.
OTG kills there. Round 3 of game 5.
Lai does have the burst advantage, but Enzog's not that far off from having.
You missed the throw there, letting Bedman put you in the corner. Start the mix, the devious mix.
Gets punched so the air goes away. Bedman into the corner. Gets tagged and unfortunately gets counter hit. 6P.
Tap dust not going anywhere.
Going to try to punch some pressure in, but unfortunately Bedman's just punching a little harder. The head of steel will find a way through, but
big counter hit Bandit Bringer into H Volcanic Viper into Tyrant Barrel or whatever this is called.
Tyrant Rave.
Tyrant Rave. Ah, and the deflect shield at the very end.
And so that's Enzog out of the tournament, and Lai gets to move on.
Incredibly fun performances, especially from Enzog. Good games.
Enzog was keeping Lai on his toes, though, heavily.
Absolutely. Lai, it was not... It was a set 1 with blood and tears.
Yeah, they're not going to make this easy at all. Cap Lai! Cap Lai! But yes, people seem excited for that. Nena, of course, congratulating his fellow ODXG member for his performance.
Absolutely, and now we get back to my Geo teacher, this time fighting Sen.
You know, this will be an interesting one, honestly. Because we've seen a lot of Sins this whole tournament, but can a Geo maybe prove to deal with it better?
Geo is one of the few characters that doesn't...
Actually, we're actually seeing a Bridget instead of Sin.
Ooh, I was gonna say, that makes sense to me, because Geo is one of the few characters that doesn't outright lose to Johnny.
Mankind.
I keep thinking it was Sin. Anyway, we're gonna see the Bridget come out for this. Now let's see the Now Bridget does have deceptively good mix. You might not think it, but this is what the peak of mix looks like.
Oh no, Bridget is the queen of mix. Unfortunately, Geo has decent damage and just really needs to win 2 good interactions.
Mage is looking for the gap though in the air. Neutral though, looking for a chance to come in and just start the offense.
Just whipping DP there.
Oh. Blocks the wire
Big
into
5H hits there. And like I said, there's a lot of mix here, and Geo can't do an invincible DP, but if she hits Bridget just 2 or 3 good times, that's usually around.
Yeah, but Bridget has those huge buttons.
Huge buttons with huge extended hurt boxes, though.
True, and Geo does excel at abusing those extended hurt boxes.
That said, we went through the wall, hard knockdown. Bridget's doing some strike throw mix, and then as always, she's gonna have high-low if she doesn't outright kill here.
Duper to prevent bursting and a wall break. Sen making sure that Major is not gonna burst out of it. Looking to get some more mix into S. Unfortunately, DP gets baited.
Yep, there's half your health bar. That's one of your interactions.
Unfortunately, Bridget gets a little less interactions in most of their games.
And yeah, you needed to burst there. Ooh, the counter hit 5H into the confirm will take the round for Moth's very own Archmage.
Unfortunate, there's almost no recovery on that super as well.
It's between 0 and plus, I think up to +6, depending on where you hit.
Yeah, but obviously it was whiffed anyway, so we're seeing the Johnny swap the O.
Okay, interesting. You do get you get the benefit of surviving more and being kind of a harder hitting character. If you're gonna fight Johnny though, I think you want to fight him on Geo.
I will say though, Sen has proven that no matter the matchup spread, she can pull through.
There's some missed finers. We've got the counter hits into the cross-up flip kick.
Getting into a huge combo.
Maybe tried to go for some PRC mix there. Didn't quite get it, but we confirmed that into an RC. Carry you over to the side of the stage where you can just dash up throw, run strike throw.
Sen using that 100 meter though to throw him into the corner. Looking to see if they can maybe chip out or just throw him.
You gotta go for the throw.
Let's see it. / round start. Geo obviously does excel at whiff punishing, and Johnny does have a lot of big buttons that could be whiff punished.
Big counter hits here. We had counter at 5B, keeping the pressure up. By the way, Enzog, GG's as well. Everyone loved watching the bed, man. We whiffed 2 close slashes there, unfortunately.
I think they were trying to get like a frame kill close slash, but they couldn't. Let's see if BRC shenanigans 5B.
Yeah, with BRC, you do get a full combo there.
Unfortunately, it was bursted away though. Ooh. Backed up with the super.
And just like that, all of your meter has left the building.
And you are now in meter penalty for this round as well. Let's see, can Sen find a way to get through this? Sen looking into whiff punish whatever Giovanna's doing as well. Trying to whiff punish the whiff punisher. Backdash
Bursting.
leap. Keeping the pressure strong and consistent.
Unfortunately, we're whiffing a grab there, and if Sen doesn't drop this, that's game. I think this is you.
Let's go. Oh, Jacob.
Jacob, let's go. Obviously, Sen, incredibly strong Johnny, but we did have a good round taken on the part of Archmage there.
Yeah, now Sen's put herself on the board.
I don't know. I might put money on it. This could be another potential Game 5 situation.
I wouldn't put it past these two.
Mankind knew that.
Let's see it then. Geo 5H round start. Unfortunate. Let's see. Sen getting the pressure started with Wild Assault to extend the combo near the corner. Send him into the corner.
Trying to jab the air move there. Not quite.
Unfortunately, got PRC'd on top of your head. Sen looking to see if staggering so much pressure.
Those frame traps just kind of getting Archmage as soon as she wants to come out of the corner.
That's it. Looking to see if they can start anything, but
We got the big counter hit jump in. We go for the left-right mix there. Doesn't quite pan out. But I like
2D.
it.
I know 2D. I know Geos love their 2Ds, but it won't work here.
6P
though.
Mist Finder saying your sword sucks. Paste my fist.
You might be able to cut fast, but can you cut faster than this fist? Let's see it. A little bit of strike through, a little bit of high-low. Looking at a big burst there, but doesn't come out. The Jack is here, but the Joker stays on top.
Alright, back to neutral. Dive kick just as a repositioning super. I know it. I know it well.
Getting yourself to the ground quickly is an option. Drops the combo, doesn't quite get it. Gonna die here.
Excellent work picking that up at the very end of the round.
That was an unfortunate drop by Sen. But you know what? They get their Nsenga Buster. Look at their Nsenga bunker out into a wall break with
Oh, this is Jeek from the very own Jeekly bracket. That counts as a name. Unfortunately, you've got Johnny pressure here, but we're defending incredibly well. Resetting, so we get the Garudog Oki into our Schmix there.
But gets bursted away though. Oh, having to reset the pressure, gets burst baited for a game.
That will put Sen in the lead for this set. Up 2-1.
Sen stole the momentum that a Mage had at the start of this set, and is going to use it for himself. But for all we know, Mage could find a way to take it back.
Let's see, could be a little bit of a music change, a color change, a breather.
Could even see a character switch.
Oh, I'm not certain about that. I should not have said anything. I do remember Archmage is a fan of Slayer.
You know, we're going to see the Slayer pick. I don't know how well this could go for them, but you know what? You might as well try when you're on the back wall.
If nothing else, you get to feel really cool doing some Kara bite stuff on Slayer.
Or even pile bunker loops. Unfortunately, not plus there. Not plus enough.
Now you're in the corner.
Card missed, but they missed it on the ground. So many throws. Oh my god, the humanity.
Ooh, YRC getting punished there.
Mage might be feeling the pressure. Let's see, can Mage
Pile bunker just doesn't connect.
They do get some pressure started. Pile of bunker into pile of bunker. Master's hammer. Pile of bunker. Master's hand. We got some Hand of Doom gets grabbed though for this Hand of Doom.
All right,
oh my
Battle
God.
of the PRCs, and Master Hammer will take you out.
Didn't get it the chance to throw it there. Oh. No pile bunker this time. TK Mistfinder into the wall. Let's see. Sen has taken no damage this round so far. Can Mage find a footing? Maybe not, because we're now getting the king is here, but the Joker stays on top.
And that will do it, putting Sen at 3-1, winning her this set and letting her continue the run.
Like, Mage did show a good showing though. They got to top 8 for a reason, obviously.
Top 6 Slayer for fun. Excellent work, Rebecca.
Now you can put the Slayer in the winner's graphic.
Let's go.
Now then, obviously, we're going to go into the next set then. Being Lai and Sen. Lai already here waiting, ready to play. How are you feeling, Moth?
A little bit tired, but I'm super excited for the matches. Every time I think I'm gonna doze off, a match starts and it's like, oh, blood's flowing again.
I'm feeling alright even if it is 2 a.m. for me, but...
on behalf of everyone here, I very much appreciate you being here for the bracket to commentate. I know time zone is a bit weird.
Yeah, but you know what, it's alright. We got Sin and Johnny now.
We are closing in on the end of the bracket as well.
Yeah, return of the Kisuke. Let's see, Lai has shown that they do well in this. Not pulling out the Dizzy, obviously, for this one. Probably Johnny probably just kills her there.
All right, take a bit of a turn back. Nice frame kill, getting that meaty Sun Dipper.
Unfortunately, that meter's wasted due to the burst.
I wouldn't call it a waste, because now you're without burst. That is a resource.
Well, then you know what, the Jack is here, but the Joker stays on top. Let's see, a card throws.
Low profile Mistfinder. That's why you want Sin in this matchup.
I don't feel like that's the only reason you want Sin in this matchup. Because Johnny might just... Because Sen might just do better.
Let's see. Sen, obviously, gonna put up quite a fight.
Let's see Alive getting pressure started. It's gonna go for the wall break. Will they get the... Yeah, you do get the sweet spot. Got a sweet spot into hard knockdown. Unfortunately, doesn't get much from it because Sen takes their turn, but immediately the turn's stolen again.
And with that RC, if you can break here, that's gonna put you over the edge. That's enough damage to take a round.
I can't tell if Lai's just eating because eating or if he's eating to taunt.
If he didn't eat, that wouldn't have killed, trust.
You know, fair enough. It could have been the damaging food. Because I know there's like
playing
30...
around the card in neutral here.
Right. Yeah, Sen throwing out the card, threatening to cut it.
And Senya to break us through the wall, get some positive bonus going.
And Senga Bunker does prove to do a lot of damage.
We will ride that lightning though.
Will they do the follow-up? No, they will not.
No, not enough meter.
Let's see it. It's a combo into another wall.
Now might be the time. Yes, sir.
I think that was the only way that could have killed it as well.
Absolutely. And what a cool way to kill.
You know what? Lai does have good situational awareness as well from this and knows how much damage his character can do.
Definitely. Probably wasn't luck that first round. Breaking the wall with just enough damage to kill. There finishing Ride the Lightning with a follow-up to kill. Definitely very aware of what Sin can do.
Sen does have to look for a chance to get her pressure back, though. She's got to see if she can get momentum for this.
She is on Johnny, so momentum is pretty easy to keep once you got it.
That might be his middle name for all we know.
Oh,
for all we know,
whipping the grab back to Johnny's world.
Let's see it. Gonna play a little patiently. Neutral suddenly goes in. Overhead. Oh, catch the extended hurt box. The Jack is in, but the Joker stays on top.
Joker stays on top and kills you. All right, we're gonna try to send Sen through the wall. Burst says no, though.
Lai seeing if he can get his stamina back, maybe. But you know what? They're just gonna rip it all out as they're gonna go for their
clean hit. Super.
The sweet spot has been hit, and unfortunate. Despite the hard knockdown, they couldn't get the pressure started because they got robbed.
All right, Sen really playing around Johnny's big buttons here. Unfortunately, he gets caught by Sun Dipper.
This might kill here with all that is. Yeah, this isn't quite. Lai, you didn't need to do that to her. You didn't need to do that.
Sorry, we'll have a mock meeting about Lai's behavior after this. DP getting out of the pressure there.
We'll see if that fits within the code of conduct. And Sen will. Sen not wanting to let that slide. It's gonna get pressure started.
I wouldn't want to let it slide either. Good overhead here into a big confirm. And Sen gets break the wall.
Honestly, that was a really cool cancel of Mistfighter to use the momentum from that to go flying like that.
Absolutely. Anytime you can cancel something into the momentum, love it. Lai just can't miss these clean hit supers, though.
Sen does have 100 meter though to work with, so she's gonna have a lot of options here. She has the world to work with. Unfortunately, she won't get to use that world because Lai let it crumbles to the floor.
All right. Now you're in a between a rock and a hard place here, because Lai's up 2-0. Meaning you've got to win 3 games in a row now.
Unfortunately, in this foot rate, Lai is keeping up while Sen is tripping behind a bit, but they might find their footing soon.
It's an uphill battle, but people win uphill battles all the time.
You just have to be Sisyphus and push that boulder up the hill. And for all we know, Sen, she might just do it. Now, even if Lai might be one of our strongest Moth members. I wonder if we have things going on in here. You good there, Sen? Sen, you alright?
Alright. Use your words, guys. I'm not a mind reader.
Like, what is going on here?
That's
what is happening?
Eno switch from Sen.
I forgot Sen also plays Eno. Finally, I get to Eno.
This is a treat just for you, Lai.
Yeah, Pete.
Since you're staying up anyways.
Finally, Eno gameplay. Let's see it. Eno just getting the free DP baits. Gonna throw out the MLA, but unfortunately he gets whiff punished for it.
Ooh, but we pick that up.
Yeah, gets the wall break. Now that this is a dangerous situation to be in against Eno.
Oh yes. She's got safe options, she's got throws, she's got highs, she's got lows, and tell you what, you're going through that wall and you're dead.
I did not expect Sen to actually go for the throw setup in there, but you know what? It's appreciated.
I don't think Lai expected it either, to be fair. Probably why she went for it.
Oh, the DP in between the JD, though. Catching Sen in a moment of weakness.
Let's see it through all our stamina, but now we're playing a bit patient. He's gonna let Sin build back his resource.
Unfortunately, my Lai might be a little used to fighting me, but
There is that element of, there's a little bit of familiarity here.
yeah, because I was literally fighting Lai before this tournament, so. Now, it wasn't their Sin that they were playing against me, but
I got you, loser.
Lai literally said that they would not play Dizzy into this matchup. Going for the resets, unfortunately gets caught out with the DP. Frame trap, S-stroke, but unfortunately gets caught by DP again.
Ooh.
Gets caught by the follow-up text to grab though.
Back to neutral.
Pressure has been started. How will Lai react?
Ooh, MLA whiffs, and Lai doesn't let that slide.
Let's see Lai go for a ride. Lightning. Through the wall, this is not a good situation for Sen. Ito struggles heavily on defense, but gonna deflect shield hit him away. Sudden stroke. Unfortunately, catches the throw. Catches the
You
probably
have
lower
enough resources. This may be lights out. And we eat, and we almost risk it all for the still growing. Lai taking
Lai,
it back with some light hits near the end, but almost risking it all.
Lai, we're gonna have to talk about your behavior after this. These goddamn eats as a taunt.
Excellent showing from Lai.
Yeah, honestly, Lai had really strong pressure though. Don't smiley face me. Don't think we don't see it, Lai. Yeah, that's fair. I'm a hungry boy. Okay.
We see.
But this is losers finals now.
Yeah.
Lucas going to see if they can get themselves back into grand finals to get their run back.
This is gonna be
But like,
the decider of who gets to challenge the Jacko.
yeah, like this is honestly going to be a very close one. I can already see it, so I guess whenever you're ready, Moth, give them the shout.
Well, if we're ready,
I'll see myself anyway, so let's go then. Whenever you guys are ready, I guess, then hop up on the stand, take your places, and let's rumble. Ooh, we're going with Dizzy for this.
ooh,
Against Nago, uh-oh.
that's an interesting one.
I feel like Lai was expecting a Kai, but Nago's the one that's coming out this time.
We'll have to see.
knew that they cannot
Surely Lai's fought Ace a couple times, who's our resident Nago player around these parts.
True, but I don't know. Dizzy doesn't sound like a good matchup. Doesn't sound like she does well against Nago.
I'm not gonna say anything until I watch the outcome of this round, is what I'll say.
Obviously, because Lai has proven that he will just win the matchup no matter what. It doesn't matter the factors, he will do it. But then again, Luca has proven that their Nagura Yuki is up to scratch.
It is. We'll just have to see if we can manage that blood meter. Of course, I do think you may be right. Dizzy might be on the struggling side of this matchup.
Yeah, especially with Clone being able to destroy projectiles, since it's the strongest projectile in the game, behind Goldlust, Jerome, and Supers. You know, Lai's got them on the defense. With Wings of Light up, this might just activate them now.
We do get a Wings of Light to pop.
It was basically like a Nago blood pop there.
Only less damaging.
I guess so. And you know what?
Now,
They do get
at
a lot
3
of
blood
XP.
gauge, that will
Oh my God,
take you out. Now the question is, were we expecting Kai, and do we switch because of it?
I feel like Lai was expecting Kai. That's my prediction.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. But don't worry, we have the Sin switch now. It's going to play into the, let's see here. Like, Sin has always been a dominating character. Has been a dominating character in season 4. But don't underestimate Nago. He still is a top tier for a reason, in my opinion.
His little description in the character select screen is one shot, and there's a reason.
Well, look, Lucas keep it in the spacing that their Kai experience. Their Kai experience does help him here.
Certainly, especially if you can catch Lai out with a couple of those Beyblades. And when you're playing around 2 blood meter, any hit you get is gonna do a load of damage.
Lai was seeing if they could find a way in though when they had that high blood, but couldn't get in.
Little frame trap throw there, a little bit cheeky.
Unfortunately, I'm 1 bar of stamina now. Gonna take a minute to recharge that. Let's see it.
Ooh, we get the blood pop combo. You're gonna be a little low health after this stage swap, but Lai can't afford to get hit.
Look, I know Ace might be happy about that one if they're here.
All right, now the pressure is mounting. Luca not wanting to give up that chance at first.
Luca gonna see if they can carry this momentum and see if they can get their run back. Soul Bad Guys coming out now. We're seeing all 3 characters come out. We're gonna see the 3 characters Lai plays here.
I'll just say I'm always impressed when someone can play multiple characters at quite high levels and swap between them. And I think Lai is definitely one of those people that can do that.
Yeah, Lai has proven that they can play all 3 of these characters to a tournament level. Let's see it. Lai looking to find a way in. Bandit Bringer as the high blood is mounting.
Yeah, you gotta remember, Nago's a bit limited on options now.
And Nago does take more damage the more blood he has. Let's see it. Is this enough to not? That's enough to not pop.
Luca knows the blood gauge incredibly well.
Luca can feel the numbers in their head.
Ooh, PRC, that was a good backdash, but you had resources.
Bite coming out, but DP is but Lai said hold this DP. Let's see it. Round start 5k. Lai does seem to know how to IB the who hit forward slash.
Luckily, that's one of the sequences in the game that you can't really delay. So once you practice the timing, you can make use of it. We're gonna go through the wall here.
Yeah, overheads. Unfortunately, gets bursted away.
Just
2S.
Caught by that 2S a little bit.
2H.
And now,
2H.
yeah.
Blood pop. We're just going to wild throw it, whiff it into game.
All right, there it is. Now, do we stay on Nago or do we swap to Kai and get the classic rival Soul versus Kai? I will say Luca's been incredibly strong on Nago. I would not be surprised if it is a Nago play it out.
They're staying on the Nago, it seems. Lai is locked into the Soul is the thing, so whatever happens, they have to do it on Soul.
Absolutely. There's no losing anymore, so it's Soul Bad Guy all the way.
DP, they got these DPs down. Oh my god, those IBs. Those IBs from Luca, Jesus. Unfortunate. Well, Lai very bold with these DPs, honestly.
I mean, you kind of have to be bold. You're down a game. Can't afford to lose.
And you're fighting a character that can one-shot you if you get hit at all.
Excellent use of the slowdown there, by the way, to pick up a combo that wouldn't have otherwise happened.
I was very familiar with their routings for this character.
And you know where Nago's pressing.
Oh my god.
Trade is in your favor. Now Nago has to be really careful about the specials that he uses. Just gonna whiff Vortex. Unfortunately, even with chip damage, Nago can kill you.
Go!
Yep, there's the burst. just got caught by the Beyblade.
No wire ready to stop it.
Ooh,
My
we
God.
clash and we reset to pick up the far slash.
Ozzy got a better punish from that clashing. Let's see it. Bandit
Ooh.
Bringer.
Not only Bandit Bringer, but you're gonna confirm that into H Viper into Super.
Hard knockdown. Look, this is last hit for Luca for this game. Oh my God, the low profile.
Oh, the deflect shield unfortunately doesn't quite punish it.
I think Luca's starting to feel the pressure.
Feeling the pressure indeed, because Lai, not wanting to be down for the count, is bringing it to 2-2.
Yeah, Lai is honestly pulling an impressive run back though. Like, Lai could reverse 3-0, could be our only reverse 3-0 for the bracket. At least on stream anyway. Well, we got the Kai switch actually, so...
Interesting. Okay, so we do get... This is the game Guilty Gear wanted you to play. This is the game Arc System wanted us to see.
This is now the most honest matchup.
Soul Kai.
Definitely. Let's see it. We've got two Shotos fighting each other. Let's see which one can come out on top.
Alright, gonna take Stun Dipper out with the DP.
Yeah, Laya's got these DPs on deck.
Burst out from everyone. Lies in the corner, but has a little bit of meter to work around.
Oh my God, the IB on that.
Unfortunately, whiffing Wild Throw might have lost you the round.
Yeah, that's sending him through the wall and with a burst deficit. Well, actually, no, he's got the burst advantage here.
Burst advantage offset by the round deficit. I think it's still a tough place to be.
Yeah, this is a tough place to be if your name is Lai, but...
Both of these characters play Shotos incredibly well.
Yeah, both these players play their Shotos as God intended. Look, Lai's burst is coming up soon, but you know what? Lai doesn't need it. Lai just needs the bigger hits.
Oh, we get the DP counter hit.
Lai's DP shenanigans are being halted by a fellow DP.
You need to burst somewhere. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a checkmate situation. If you don't burst, you die.
It seems that might have been a plug, and this might be karma for what he was doing on his sin.
Potentially. Lai, if you messed up the player room, I'm going to send you an edible fruit arrangement that rots immediately.
Hopefully we are still in the room. Okay, we're still in the room.
All right.
Everything okay for you, Lai?
Excellent work, guys.
Honestly.
Which will mean it's gonna be Please Wipe Me, and it's the run back between Please Wipe Me and Luca.
We will have to see that, and will Luca get the run back with Wipe, or will Wipe continue, or will Wipe show that they might just be a better player here? Like, this is it, folks. This is the grand finals. This is the one that decides your next MOTHPIT champion.
All right, for the Jacko lovers, this is the chance to see Jacko top one in a bracket that isn't Nitro.
We at least have one Jacko lover in the chat, I'm pretty sure.
But we've also got a lot of Keisk lovers in the bracket.
We've got two Jacko-oos. We got two Jacko lovers and two cheat. I don't know.
Good night, Lai. Excellent showing. Thanks for showing up to the bracket.
I don't know how many we have of each, but you know what? Moth, are you feeling ready for the grand finals?
I am feeling so ready.
Rebecca's streaming this in a Discord VC with a Jacko player, so you know what? Hell yeah to them. I wonder how our commentators are feeling as well.
How are commentators? My brother, we're the commentators.
Don't worry about it.
It is like 3 a.m. for you, or 2 a.m.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Whitepit is now going to get the Jacko sandwich started. Unfortunately, the throw gets teched. Luca might have learned a new thing or two between this.
Also, keep in mind, if Luca pulls this back, we do have to go to Grand Finals reset.
Yeah,
because
so
White Me has not actually lost yet.
Yeah, White still has their second life. My god. Throwing out some projectiles, keeping the screen full of things.
Oh, absolutely, and Luca is not dropping these.
Let's see that 2D
Unfortunately,
whip.
had meter to make that backdash unsafe.
There is no escaping the Jacko 2D. Let's see it. Minions catching him out and catching the burst out as well.
These White Me just proving to be incredibly competent in pretty much every area. Knows the character well and knows how to bait the burst.
Let's see, a Wipe does get the back throw incident into the corner, and now, unfortunately can't guess enough. Unfortunately, Luca got overwhelmed by all the minion shenanigans that have been going on with this. Let's see it, the minion was killed, so there's not much Wipe can do here. Looking for a chance to set up another minion, but DP keeping them in the corner. Let's see it. Through the wall.
We got the hard knockdown. Closing the round out with a regular old meaty.
I don't know if you're noticing it as well, but like Luca seems to be throwing out much different buttons this time around. Like it feels like they're doing less punches and more like slashes and heavy slashes.
I should have been paying more close attention, but yeah, I would not be surprised if Luca is showing some adaptation.
Yeah, like Wipe has proven that they will just interrupt your stagger pressure. And they seem quite adept at doing that. YRC though to get Luca out of the corner. So is the DP. Let's see it back in the corner though with
That's a burst safe combo, I think, in White Me's repertoire.
My god.
Starting off strong, putting one on the board for Jacko's side.
And so Wipe is proven to still be a very dominant player in this bracket.
I do like a lot of what I'm seeing from Luca, though.
Yeah, Luca does have a very strong neutral, though. I feel like they have nice fundamentals, nice spacing, and then also have nice stagger pressure along with it. Let's see it.
Unfortunately, there may be some mental distress. I know when I've been playing for a long time, those bursts come out easier and easier.
Yeah. Luca might be feeling the pressure here.
Jacko Busta to give us hard knockdown.
It's a good idea though to keep a cool head in this though, because if you're not paying proper attention, you might miss the chance to get out of Jacko pressure.
And you definitely want to take that chance whenever you see it.
Because I swear that Jacko pressure goes on for like a 30-second unskippable cutscene.
It feels like it. That's Jacko is one of the characters I like to say that raises my blood pressure. Because you really don't have time to breathe, so...
But you know what, Wipe is getting that pressure back on, but DP keeps them out. Keeps them back in neutral, but unfortunately, they're back in the pressure. There's no escaping.
We've still got burst, we've still got meter, we've got tools to work with.
It seems that the Wipe might be baiting a lot of bursts here.
That is true. You kind of a once bitten, twice shy on getting your First baited.
Yeah.
All right, it might be time to take a deep breath. Because I know Luca's got some juice left in the tank.
Yeah, okay, that Luca's got to continue with the Kai. They're locked into Kai here then.
No Nagas.
This is the make or break to either get the reset or not.
Duel 1.
Now then, they just have to pull through the round start. Oh no. Unfortunately, it's the pressure started first.
You also have to remember that Please Wipe Me's had a decently long break. Lucas came just from a pretty intense loser side run.
Wipe is also, but it could also be the case that Wipe either might not have had proper warm up before this as well.
Good counter hit. Just from how Wipe Me is performing, I think they're feeling pretty strong. Nice Kai pickups here.
I feel like Wipe might be feeling pretty confident with himself in this.
Teching air throws now? Okay. I like what I'm seeing from Luca here. I really like what I'm seeing from Luca here.
I am as well. Oh, I am really liking Wipe's gameplay though. Like they're playing very defensively currently. They seem to have gone on the defensive for a while instead of the aggressive.
Whatever they did last round seemed to pay off.
Let's see it though. Wipe now is setting the minion.
Good backdash here.
Not using RC to continue the combo, they're going to just continue pressure instead.
No, we've got heavy fireball. Not punished for the YRC.
What side is the Jacko on? No one knows. Get caught in the Jacko sandwich though. 2 minions set up.
BRC to slow you down, and we're gonna take you to the wall, if not through the wall.
As I said,
Not just that, but that kills.
As I said, I think Wipe's baiting burst too much now. They've had the taste of how burst heavy Luca was, but I think Luca realized it and is adapting.
Definitely gonna have to change it up and try to. Ideally, if you're Please Wipe Me, you want to close it out here because the stress of going into a reset.
Yeah, I think it would just be best to just finish the combo instead.
Definitely don't want to play another set after this.
Would not be ideal. Now let's see it. Getting in some Fun Day arc. Got the shock state on. Unfortunately, it gets hit.
The burst didn't get baited though.
They might be hearing us out and hearing us about burst baiting less.
And now this is the pressure that we all hate to be in.
We love to see it, but hate to be in it.
Exactly. Enough risk to take you down to 0 health there.
Now then, this is still a set point for Wipe though. If they just take out Luca one more time, they have the tournament.
Yes, indeed. The pressure's mounting. I tell you what, it's looking grim. Jacko Buster.
Into
Things
the wall.
are looking grim, but it's not the last 30 health that matter. It's not the last 20. It's the last 1. And Luca's still got plenty more than 1 health.
Look, Luca has 1 life and a dream. And you know what? They're gonna take that dream. Oh my God! They didn't bait it enough. Deflect shield, unfortunately, getting unused. But oh my God! There it is. That is now game, and that means Wipe is now our new MOTHPIT champion.
Congratulations, the first Jacko champion of MOTHPIT. Had an excellent performance from Please Wipe Me. You guys have been fantastic to watch, by the way. I do sympathize with Luca, who came off that set with Lai and had to immediately go against this again.
My God, like, this was such a close set, honestly. Even if the score says otherwise, I think it was very close.
Not just that, it was Lai went... Or... I got messed up. Anyways, Luca had a surprise, like a really good performance. It's just, please wipe me was on the ball today.
Honestly, I haven't seen Luca in any of the previous brackets, so this is a so this might just be a first time thing.
Yeah, the MOTHPIT debut, perhaps. I don't want to say for sure.
I don't want to say for sure either.
The name sounds familiar, but I've probably seen Luca in other non-Moth brackets as well. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
Whew. What time is it for you, Light?
1:30.
Excellent.
But you know what? I just want to say, honestly, thank you for letting me come on to the commentator booth
Of
for this
course.
one. And hopefully you all enjoyed my commentary, even if it was my first time actually doing this sort of thing.
I think you did all right. I think we both did all right.
Yeah, I feel like I went all right then.
So, I've been Atticus, guys, owner of Moth and host of the MOTHPIT Open Bracket. I'm going to shout out my co-commentator right now.
I might stream in future, maybe, but...
Yeah, not quite a regular streamer yet, but who knows? Am I not following you? Jesus, okay. Now I'm following you. But yeah, so thank you guys for showing up. This has been the third, technically the fourth, because we had MOTHPIT 0, but this has been the third MOTHPIT. The first one we've done as an official organization. Big congratulations to all of our top 8 winners. Big congratulations to Please Wipe Me.
I also just want to think big thank yous to the TOs that ran this bracket as well.
Absolutely. We had head TO Lockie and then a couple other TOs helping out throughout this event. They're wonderful. If you guys do tournaments, always appreciate your TOs. They're working very hard. Not only are they working very hard, they're working very hard and they're more likely than not using Start GG, which is a punishment in and of itself.
Yeah.
A couple things, guys. Oh, go ahead, Light. I'm just grabbing all
you go ahead. Now you go ahead, Ed. I was going to say that we're going to properly look through the applications, and we'll figure out who we accept, who we and who will be new members of Moth.
Yeah, so our first MOTHPIT Open as an organization, we ran for a week the applications for members. I'm excited to say we're going to look over applications pretty soon here. The Moth org will grow. Lockie redeemed Hydrate. I will hydrate. Also, Lockie hosts the beginner bracket version of MOTHPIT. So if you liked how MOTHPIT looked and felt, but you don't really want to fight people as crazy as Wipe Me or Luca, you can sign up for the MOTHPIT beginner bracket, which will be happening on Sunday this week at, I believe it should be 1 p.m. Eastern. Is that correct, Lockie?
That would be it. I don't know.
Year? Okay, so 1 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, if you're in the Discord for the MOTHPIT Open, there's also a MOTHPIT Beginners Bracket channel. Please check that out. Or if you have friends that you know are newer to the game and are maybe they want to be tournament players but are intimidated, send them over to the Beginners Bracket. It's a good time. The only additional thing, I'm not part of DXG, but a lot of the Moth members are part of DXG. Just know that DXG is running an open bracket, so MOTHPIT doesn't have a cash prize, but if you needed a little extra incentive to join a bracket, the bracket Hunter x Hunter themed bracket hosted by there they are, DankXnen, hosted by the DXG group, that is happening this Saturday.
I think currently the prize pool is $120.
Woo! 120.
Last I seen anyway, so.
All right, so there's so many good events happening this week. This is a full week for brackets, but definitely check out the MOTHPIT Beginners Bracket. Definitely check out our friends over at DXG and their bracket.
Yeah. Oh my god.
There's another tournament coming up, but I'm gonna rate us out to Zmushi because she's hosting another tournament.
You all go to watching one tournament and going to the next.
Well, she's not hosting it right now. I'm sending us over to Zmushi, but she's going to start hosting, I think, the first tournament she's ever hosted, but it's going to be with like Inferno Chim and Toby Bento Box, if those are names familiar to you guys. They've been around the FGC. But yeah, over at Zmooshi's, ask about her tournament. I don't know all that much about it, but I'm excited for it. I always want to see how new people start new tournaments.
It's always fun to support new tournaments as well. See if you can maybe come to it every so often.
Absolutely. It's also using Challenge, which is like arguably easier to use than Start GG. So there's that. But I just want to say again, I appreciate all you guys for coming out. The open brackets are always fun. And yeah, I've had a great time. I know it's late for you, Light, so I'm just gonna say adios, ciao ciao, goodbye, das vidanya, guys. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming on Friday, though, if you want to hop back. It'll probably be Guilty Gear. No tournaments or anything, just regular streamer stuff.
Yeah.
And
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci, as they say. And I'm gonna send us over to Zmooshi now.
Wow. My god.
All right.